What is up, guys? It's Giltspire here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. How y'all doing today on this fabulous Friday afternoon? Hope you all are doing well. I know I am. What is up, Bucks? What is up, Carl? What is up, Zach, Giraffe, Hammy, Tricks, Monster, and more? Hope they all are having an amazing, amazing day. Alright, well, that being said, I'll just get everyone's VIP rolls real quick before I do forget. The ear is doing better. You actually just reminded me that at 6 o'clock I need to take a dose of Sudafed. And probably also some, what is it, Flonase. Those are the two medications that I'm currently on. So I'll do that at 6, but for now, we should be good to go. Let me take a look at our win streaks. So, honestly, last time I played Killer, we played Wraith, got him to an 11 win streak, and today what I'm going to do is that even if we spin the wheel, we can only play killers that are below 10 wins. Unless you guys donate either, obviously, $5 towards Extra Life, where you can choose a killer of your choice plus perks, or, donate 2.5k channel points, or guilt. But let's take a look. Who's below 10 but closest to? Looks like Spirit right now. So I am going to play a match of the Spirit to start things off. Let's throw on a Blood Point offering. And that's right, I've already done all of the killer challenges, haven't I? The next chapter cannot come out fast enough. But let's see if we can get Spirit here onto a 4-win streak. My goal with this idea of changing how we do things is to ideally get everyone up to 10 and then spin the wheel for everyone below 25, get everyone to 25, and then to 50, so on and so on and so on and so on, until we're able to finish our challenges on each individual killer. Should be a good old time, to say the least. But I'm actually kind of disappointed that MMR has now been turned off. As, like I said the last few days, you know, outside of Survivor, Killer MMR felt pretty good. Survivor MMR felt variable at times. Sometimes it felt really good. Sometimes I looked at the Killer and went, I feel like you're a baby. And so I'm hoping that the more information that they plan on providing us, I think on Tuesday, will, you know, present a timeline of when it'll be activated. How many pork chops should I make? Should I count for leftovers? Yeah, I'd account for leftovers, Frankie. I think that'd be a good idea. Let's see, is Jason here currently live? 'Tis a good question. Looks like they are not. Unfortunate. Alright, well, we're running our good old Corrupt Invention, Ruin Pop, and Strider. A lot of people question, why do I need Strider on Spirit? I mean, honestly, I don't, but it strengthens her strengths, and that's the biggest thing about it. Yes, I'll eat the leftovers, no worries. And looks like we'll be waiting for one more survivor. Vason Voorhees? I would really love if Jason were to eventually come to Dead by Daylight, and there is a real possibility. But fact of the matter is that it's going to have to wait until the legal litigation between the two creators of Friday the 13th actually goes through. COVID, I know last time I kind of looked into it, had delayed that court case. So I'm not sure. But looks like we are going to Backwater Swamp. And yo, what's up, Ice? How goes it? How goes it? How you doing today, my friend? Anything much for the reminder to hydrate, GG. I appreciate ya. All Righty though. This is an order. Well, I did as ordered. Oh, criminy. But what's everyone been up to today? Any plans for the weekend coming up? Or just going to chill out, relax? You know, watch some Guild Spire as well as Champion of the Fog streams? And MKX is certain ability for Jason, turn the screen red and everything changes, so if that gets implemented, that'd be really cool. That could be interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what they would do for Jason's power. You know, obviously different variations of Jason have different abilities, from teleportation to being able to, you know, travel fast through water, to being able to identify where, you know, their victims are, stuff like that. So it'd be a very interesting thing, to say the least. Alright. Well, we are on the Pale Rose. Honestly, I can probably hold on to my power until I hear a noise note from the murder area. Alright, Dwighty boy. That was an interesting play. Let's phase walk. Yeah, looks like he definitely has Iron Will. But I was able to hear his footsteps pretty clearly. Indeed. There are matches tomorrow, and I'm actually playing in for Sample Text tomorrow, which should be exciting. Now, we did hear the Pale Rose be disturbed. Let's check this gen. Looks like they are on it. There's the Yoon. I don't need to phase walk right now, so we can just swing, get this hit, and then immediately phase walk after her. Let's take a look. Yeah, see, that's where Strider kind of screws me up sometimes. Like, I need to get more used to the sound of Strider versus non-Strider, because sometimes I feel like I'm on top of them because of how loud it is, and then it's not. Just shows you that I should play more Spirit, honestly. Hey, Carl, thank you much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bruh, it's me, Carl cheered. X100. Take this until Twitch will actually let me sub again, XD.
I appreciate it. I hope that you're having a good time. How's Pops and the girlfriend doing, out of curiosity? Alright, we're the one who disturbed the murder platform. And they got rid of Ruin, which was over in this direction. Let's check gens. Sounds like this one over here is being worked on. Hi, Zarina. Alright, let's pop this first, get our pop value, then phase walk after Zarina. Except I just messed that up, didn't I? Oh, you're not even gone. I don't know what you were thinking, but whatever it was, it did not work out well. Is working with your uncle at the moment. That's pretty awesome. I haven't talked to my girlfriend since yesterday. Overall good. Doing pretty well, outside of, like, my earache. But other than that, can't really complain. I wonder if Dwight's still here. Dwighty boy. That's rather mean of you to try and pallet stun me, I'll be honest. You know, for that, I will whack you. Looks like a sprint burst in hand. I'll just chase him out then. Yeah. Expected him to vault that a lot sooner, to be honest, so not sure if that was a fake or what, but we'll just chase him at 110 for now, and I'll get a quick whack. No real reason for me to chase him with phase walk up until this point. Going pretty well, Zach. Going pretty well. Can't complain. Let's see if I make this. There we go. I wanted my 6 months, but Twitch said, up yours? Oof. Hopefully Twitch fixes whatever it's doing. You're gonna go easy for us tomorrow? I mean, will I use what I would refer to as non-top 8 killers? Probably. Will I go easy? Probably not. What COT games where? So I think All for Domo should be streaming some of the matches. I'll have to double check if he is, though. I'll get that information out tonight. Otherwise, I'll be streaming the 6 o'clock as per usual. Where'd you go? I hit her, and then she kind of went up and disappeared. Alright. Well, that's fine. I do see crows going off over here by small boat. And sounds like a Ash. We have not seen this entire time, mind you. Alright, let's phase walk for him. Hi, Ash! I knew you were going to be, like, at that corner. I didn't expect you to be right there, though. Jesus. Talk about a surprise. 6 p.m. game, don't embarrass us. I'm sure you guys will do fine. And Default Eagle, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones, my friend. Very happy to have you here. All right, let's chase Ash. It is CST, do remember that. CST, not EST. Don't show up late. No minor self-care, second win, inner strength. Alright, sounds like a plan to me. So we are going to play a match of Survivor next match. And run the I'm Broken build. Alright, let's just check over here. That's still regressing. Yes, if you are the 6 p.m. match, that is correct. Hello, Ash. Not sure how I missed that, I'll be honest. And Default Eagle, thank you much for the raid. Welcome, welcome, Raiders. I am Mark, aka Guilt Spire. I'm an educational killer main, here to teach kills how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you all here. Would love for you to join our community Discord as well as our YouTube channel as well if you are interested. Did he double back? No, he actually went through. I didn't see his scratch marks. That was odd. I'll provide chase. Hi there, Ash. You could have vaulted and you would have been fine. I don't know what you're doing, mate. But it ain't anything smart. But how's your stream today, Default Eagle? Hopefully it went well. Were you playing some Dead by Daylight, or were you playing something else out of curiosity? You know, Ash, if you would have actually struggled, you may have gotten off my shoulder if someone body blocked for you. Funny enough. Alright, well, let's hook you up. They get small boat. That's fine by me. And let's see. Scratch marks going back for the unhook. No. Definitely were scratch marks there, so they set up for the unhook. I'll have to fall off of this chase, though. It's not worth it while they are on gens. And let's see. See the Yoon going into that tile. Is awfully new to BD, so I brought up the idea he should raid you since you give tips. I appreciate that. And I don't know what Ash is doing, but Ash showed me very clearly that he doesn't have DS. Now, Yoon is right here on the strand, so I'm not going to ignore her. And she's out into no man's land, so I don't even need to phase block this. There's no reason. Thank you much for recommending me, Ditter. I really do appreciate that. How you doing, my friend? Hopefully doing well. Stream is great. I'm happy to hear that. Happy to hear that it went well. Alright, up to Daisy. And that means that everyone's on Death Hook except for Zarina, if I'm not mistaken. Let's phase walk over to that gen by Shaq. I have a sneaking suspicion that they might be on it. I want to try and get some pop value here. Yup, I was right. Maybe if I was a little bit more quick on that deception. Yup. Don't think I'm gonna fall for that one, Zarina. That would have been a interesting play for sure. Would have had to have been a head-on play. Alright, let's chase Zarina. Now she's not leaving scratch marks unless she doubled back. No, she went into this tile. That makes sense. I guess I didn't see her turn. And let's continue chase. Now, honestly, this isn't a great chase, honestly. That's due to the sheer fact that she's not on Death Hook. But might as well end it quickly with a quick phase walk. As soon as she saw me stop and maybe had the inclination that I was phase walking, she should have thrown the pallet early. Of course, I could have changed direction at that point and try and just 50-50'd it. But it worked out in the end. Alright, let's see. What gens are they on? Probably that one there. Behind the Pale Rose. No, they're on the Pale Rose. 10% regression and a drop down on Ash. He definitely dropped down. But where'd he go after that? NC scratch marks going out, which is a little bit peculiar. Yo, what's up, Ferda? How goes it? How goes it? How you doing today, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, is this is Yoon, and obviously a Zarina. Let's go for Yoon real quick. She goes upstairs. There is one more pallet left here. Why would you work on that gen? That makes so little sense. You're injured and Spirit's phase walking after you. Do you have a death wish? I have less than 100 hours played? Fair enough. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, everyone starts somewhere. Are you playing Killer, Survivor, a little bit of both? Alright. And let's phase walk back up to that gen that Ash is probably on. Try and get some more pop value to ensure that they don't escape. I see scratch marks. That actually might be Zarina. That was a deception. Yep, that was deception. And there's Zarina. Surprisingly enough, deception actually is a little bit good against Wraith because you lose scratch marks after you use it. So it's actually kind of smart in some ways. At least if I was phase walking, not phase walking, it's very meh. Especially since I do have audio with the floorboards creaking underneath her feet. So I could phase walk here. I'm just going to Bloodluster out and take a swing. Now Ash is also up here, but I could care less about him. There's the pallet. I mean, you can heal behind the pallet, but honestly, you should have tried to get as much distance as possible. Yeah, I mean, seriously, we've been around this gen for a while. I can kind of understand because that gen was almost finished by him, but then it went downhill quick. Alright. Well, that being said, is Ash gonna receive the hook or the hatch? 'Tis up to you. Looks like hatch for Ash? Alright. I guess I might as well search around for it as well. We can always close it and leave him to get execute, I suppose. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, we'll close that, and we're just gonna let him get exit. This will count as a win, pushing the Spirit up to a 4-win streak in a row. Not too bad at all. So I'm just going to try and stay as far away from Nexicates. I can see that one there. Looks like, yeah, he's on that far one right there. And I could theoretically phase walk to him. You know, let him know that I've provided him his escape. That should be finished by the time I get there, right? Yeah. There you go, Ashy boy. Enjoy. You have been granted freedom by the guilty ones. Goodbye, Ash. Have a good one. Alright, but GG, well played to these survivors. Alright, have a good one, Default Ego. Eagle. I hope you have a great day. Once again, thank you much for the raid, and we'll catch you next time, alright? Alright. Now, interesting enough, I think this is the Zarina. Yeah, she had Deception and Head-On. Interesting. Why the fixated over, like, a Quick and Quiet? I'm kind of interested on that. But definitely an interesting build. Well, with that being said, we now put the Spirit onto a 4-win streak. Do you guys want to play another round of Spirit after a match of Survivor? Or do you like to spin the wheel of Killer? It is up to you. You're fine, Carl. You're fine. I am an anime fan. Yep, I actually just watched the entire first season of Cooking Wars last night. I watch a ton of anime, ton of shows, ton of media in general. I multitask a lot. But I just finished the first season of Cooking Wars. Hey, how's it going, Sarah? You finally got it? You coming into the Swift queue, or are you talking about first, second, or third? You came here for DBD and got anime? Food Wars? Sorry, not Cooking Wars. You're right. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it due to my head still being, like, pressurized, like a freaking pressure cooker. But yes, food wars, not cooking wars. You know, they cook, they have wars, cooking wars, kind of makes sense. First, second, and third. You're close, but that was Swift queue, and not first, second, or third. Close, but no cigar. Close, but no cigar. But hey, you did queue up for a match of survivors you want to join. 'Tis up to you. And Carl, what was your godforsaken build? It was... let me see. No Mither, self-care, second win, inner strength. Alright. So... Inner strength, no Mither, self-care, second wind. So I am truly... I might as well not use perks, to be honest. But here we are anyways. Second wind, self-care. Alright. Yeah, for the people twice. Oh, you have to use for the people twice for your challenge? Gotcha. 90 to unhook 2 survivors. Well, that sounds like a great idea. I watched all seasons of Food Wars. Was so much, but worth it. Yeah, I went through one full, a key. I don't know if I have a key on Felix. I do not, so you have to choose something else, unfortunately. Yeah, I watched the full season last night, or full first season last night. I can see why people are making kind of jokes about it due to the gratuitous amounts of soft nudity. At the same time, I can kind of see where the director was going for, in a sense that, you know, food is a very much sensual experience. A map. I mean, yeah, true. You know, I could bring a rainbow map. Not a bad idea. But yeah, it's I enjoy it for the cooking. It brings some really interesting points, and a lot of the things that they do in the show are actually accurate about, like, putting honey on meat to tenderize it, using spices in different ways. Like, that's the one thing I like about it a lot. It's actually accurate. It's like an accurate cooking show. It's not like some of the sports animes, which can kind of go above and beyond. Like, was one that's a good example like that. King of Tennis, I think it was, back in the day on Toonami. Is awkward sometimes? Yeah, it can be. Someone's just a genius. I mean, like I said, the culinary details were really on point. But I'm gonna ready up, and then I'm gonna turn down the temp of the house real quick. It's gonna get warm in the stream room, so I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. But yeah, I'm very big into cooking, for those who don't know. Speaking of, as a reminder, we do have our cooking stream coming up on the 25th, I believe. I mean, it is gratuitous fan service. The one thing I will say about Food Wars is that it's not one-sided fan service, and that's actually kind of refreshing in a way. Like, anime, unfortunately, you kind of get into certain shows, and you're like, oh, that's fan service, you know, don't really care for it, doesn't really add anything to the show. But what I will say is that Food Wars at least is not asymmetrical fan service. It is, you know, symmetrical fan service for both, like, any gender, any attraction, any sexuality. Like, it is symmetrical fan service. And so with that, I'm like, okay, you know, that's at least a little bit better. It's not as objectifying. Then again, do remember the fact that they're all high schoolers? So that's where it kind of gets like, well, why are you doing fan service of high schoolers, but anime unfortunately goes into that area way too often. It's weird watching streams in audio mode because I'm just hearing about fan service. Yeah, it's inclusive is the best way that I could say it. But yeah. So I was like, oh, I guess that's better than the alternatives. There's so many nice anime out there, it's crazy. Yeah, there's some really good animes out there. I watched another one recently, was Children of the Whales, which really reminded me of things like Castle in the Sky. So if you haven't watched Children of the Whales, I would highly recommend it. But yeah, so like I recently, unfortunately, I've been like running out of content on like YouTube to watch, and a lot of the seasons of anime that I was watching on Funimation have now ended. Other than like My Hero Academia, Cells at Work, Higurashi is still finishing up. You'll pay me to watch JoJo. I like run Classroom of the Elite, only 12 episodes. I'll have to look into that. Is it on Funimation, Netflix? Do you know what platform it's on? I'll take a look. But yeah, I've gone through a ton of content. I'm still waiting on for some of them. I do watch dubbed. I'm dyslexic. Sue me. Still waiting on some dubs of some others, like The Promised Neverland. I'm looking forward to season 2 of that once it's dubbed. No ruin. That's awesome. Even a dub for JoJo Part 4 and 5? I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to look around. You find science interesting? I've already watched all of Dr. Stone. I absolutely loved it. It's another show that is like accurate enough that it makes me very happy. There's some small inaccuracies, but honestly, they're so negligible. Yeah, I'm right now using Funimation and whatchamacallit, Netflix for the most part. Yeah, Darkstone is a great anime. It's very reminiscent in a way to Food Wars, because it is, you know, actually accurate, which is kind of a cool thing. But with very little fan service. There's a little bit here and there, but for the most part, Darkstone is actually just kind of like a tried and true good anime. On VRV, yeah, I tried out VRV and stuff like that. I found that Funimation had the best platform for dubs for the most part. What's up? Hey, what's up, sexy beast? How goes it? How goes it? Do we have a hacker in our game? Is the Mega hacker? Because I've been hearing her scream. Yeah, that... I have a sneaking suspicion she's hacking. I don't know why. But the screaming would suggest as much. Wouldn't it? Unless she's just jumping in and out of a locker with Iron Maiden, which I suppose is a possibility. Let's see if Huntress has... What is that? Oh, that's Clown. Oh, okay, I understand why now. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Okay, we can use this to our advantage. I don't think I make it there. Honestly, if I was the other survivor, which actually, was that Giraffe or was that someone else? I think that may have been the Nia. If I was the Nia, I probably would have gone for a body block there, just because I'm running no either. But, you know. Yeah, you do scream the tonic. It just was happening so often that it almost felt like hacking. But then honestly not. Jutsu Kaisen? I feel like I've heard of it, but I have not watched it, no. What's it about? But yeah, there's still a lot of anime out there that I need to watch. Good news is, Meg, I don't need to be healed. Bad news is, I can't be healed. Meg, God dang it. Alright, he's going for Meg. Thank God for that noise. Alright. This gen's just about done. I've watched like half it. It just wasn't my thing. Definitely good, but definitely a good one. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, usually I give anime like a episode or two to really grab me and grab my attention. It's all about, for me, you know, having a question that needs to be answered and wanting more information. That's why like Children of the Whales kind of grabbed me in, to be honest. They go for me or Zarina? Looks like Zarina. That's good news, at least. We need to get middle done eventually, don't we? Alright, might as well work on... Ooh, not that gen. I wanted to work on that gen. That's not happening. Alright. Yeah, I mean, overall, there's a lot of good animes. Wait, what was that? Did... Oh, that just seems strange timing. Okay, I see what happened. I think just Meg healed herself and Giraffe got injured at the same time. I thought for a second that was a for the people. Actually, no, it couldn't have been. If it was a for the people, then Giraffe would also be broken. Let's just do this. Giraffe's down over there, but we only have one gen left, so we're in a pretty good spot. It's about curses in the world, and one of them is called Sukuna. He is the strongest demon who ever lived. I'll have to look into it. Reminds me of, did we just get 2 gen pops back to back from these two? Are you freaking serious, guys? For the love of God. I'm gonna go around long side, try and avoid the clown for the unhook. That gen was going to be finished by the time clown got there. Is it going to go for me or the unhook? Looks like the unhook. Perfect. It was you? Gotcha. It's like, oh, you know, maybe this person will take a body block for me. Nope. That reminds me, isn't 7 Deadly Sins getting a new episode soon? Alright. Looks like Clown is still chasing Meg. I'll try and get to Giraffe before second stage. Raincore. Oh, that means that Meg is gonna get moried here, more likely than not. That's a good question. I don't know. That is definitely a Mori if I've ever seen one. Oh, well, thank you, fellow survivor, for opening up your exit gate and starting ECG. That's awesome stuff. Did Clown look this way? I don't think he did. I'm going to go for the other one. More likely than not, one of us will be able to escape. Oh, I was going to go... Oh, there's Nia. I was going to say you go for that one, I go for this one. That works too. Now, Nia should actually be going behind us just to save us from a hit, but I don't think the Clown's anywhere nearby, so it kind of works out. As well get some extra heal points. Why the hell not? I'd move now. I love Set It Innocence. It was one of my first animes. Watched it as soon as it came out. Yeah, no, I enjoy it. One of my coworkers got me into it. GG, well played to the survivors and the Clown. Not too shabby. I see. Rancor plus Nemesis. I guess that makes sense. You know, you could do a potential late game build if you are purposely trying to get stunned. We didn't see Season 5 comes out on the 28th. Okay, so I was right. So I knew that a new season was coming out. And also Furtive Chase. Oh, that's why the Obsession changed hands. That's why it confused me for a bit there. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. That makes a wee bit more sense. Yep, exactly. You were the Obsession first, and then it changed to Meg thereafter, the Unhook. That makes a whole lot more sense now. And during Nemesis Noed Rancor OP. I can imagine, Trix, I can imagine. But with that being said, do you guys want to play another match of The Spirit? Or would you guys like to spin the Wheel of Killer? 'Tis up to you. Throw in another blood point offering. Do not have any survivor points, so we'll stick to hollow shells for right now. And it looks like we are spinning the wheel after all. Remember that we're only going to play those who only have below a 10 win streak. And with that being said, we have Spawn, and we landed on the Twins. Twins is above a 10, if I'm not mistaken. They're at 14, so we'll spin again. And I'm going to not count that, so we're going to spin one more time. And we hit on Billy. Alright, Billy boy. Well, with that being said, you guys want to play Billy, or would you like the reroll? It's up to you. Billy right now is on a 0 win streak as we speak. And it looks like we are going to reroll after all. Instead of Billy, Ghostface is above. But do you know Otstarova? I do indeed. Honestly, one of my first Dead by Daylight content creators that I really enjoyed. And instead of Ghostface, we are on the Wraith. Think Billy's kind of ugly, so no. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, we would have played Danny if he wasn't on a 10 win streak already, but no dice. So we'll stick to Wraith for right now. And let's update the streak so you guys can see that. Perfect. Alright, Wraith me boy, you are currently on... Wait, oh, I'm dumb, aren't I? Dumb's on... Wraith's on 11. I was looking at the old graphic, so it said 2, but I forgot about Win Streak Wednesday, my bad. Trickster. God dang it! I saw a rank 1 killer and thought you were him. Aw, I appreciate that you know. Also, out of curiosity, is that name a reference to Black Clover? I just realized that, that would make sense. Ryu's the best Trickster main? I mean, he's been freaking maining Trickster for a while now. Like, I have to give credit where credit's due. Speaking of Trickster, I'm not sure if I want to run Ruin on him, I'll be honest. 4 hours a day. It's insane. I berated them when they joined because of the name. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense now. We're trying to get everyone to 10 wins, so if you spin someone 10 or more, they'll be respawned. Correct. So unless you guys, if you guys want a specific killer, you guys will have to use some blood channel points or donate to Extra Life. Either or. And you know, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones, my friend. Would love to have you join our community Discord, as well as our YouTube channel as well, where you can find Dead by Daylight, The Binding of Isaac, Subnautica, Outlast, and soon Resident Evil. Next week, I'll be recording Resident Evil once my sinus pressure goes away. Gotcha. That makes sense, Carl. That makes sense. But yeah, I would like to learn how to get better at Trickster. I still think that he is an E-tier killer in my personal opinion, just because he is map dependent in many ways, to where if a survivor gets into a certain tile, then you kind of have to just leave it. Can you do a SOT stream one day? SOT. SOT. I don't know what that is. Isn't a killer redeem? Oh, did I not update that? That's my bad. I could have sworn I did. My mistake. Let me do that right now. And become the killer. Oh, I think I know why. I think I didn't turn it on yesterday because I was doing nothing but Survivor. Sea of Thieves. Gotcha. I mean, I did enjoy Sea of Thieves when it was first out. The problem with Sea of Thieves is that it is... I mean, I guess it would be a good way to chill and stream. Maybe like a just chatting day, but for Sea of Thieves. I could see that. I played that when it first came out when there's very little content. And I love seeing how much it had grown since then. Because I was very much one of those people who's like, this is going to be like GTA, where like it grows and grows and grows, and then after years later, you won't even recognize the game. You're the bard while you and your friends play? See, I'm the saboteur. I always go onto other people's ships and demolish them. Hey, Gruesome Gyatu and a Bloody Party streamers. Love to see it. Gotta love those extra blood points, that's for sure. Also, Frankie, I don't know what you're cooking right now, but it smells really, really good. It smells almost like an Eastern-inspired dish, like a sweet and sour sauce. I don't know what it is, but it smells really good. So I'm looking forward to whatever he's cooking. I know it's pork at the very least. At least that's what I was initially told, so yeah. Whenever we aren't on a mission, I'm always playing music. You get put in the cell? I wonder why. You know, that maybe Trix is being a bit mischievous. Alright, though. Let's take a look and see what we can do with Trickster. Trickster right now is actually on a 2-win streak, so this could be for win number 3. You throw the parrot out the cannon. Yeah, see, I was not around. Let's see, what's the last time that I stopped playing Sea of Thieves? Actually, oh my god, that's right. I think I have some old streamed content on my YouTube, but it's been archived. So, I've said about it before, I have a ton of content from some of my early days of streaming that you guys have never seen. I might, at some point, bring it back. Maybe. And re-release it. Kind of kick myself for not making a vegetable with it. I mean, I don't know what it is, Frankie, but it smells good. I'll put it that way. Alright, they're on this really short tile. So I should be able to get some more hits with my knife, ideally. Would have liked if they had continued the way they had gone, I'll be honest. Because this tight of a tile kind of makes it a bit difficult for me to hit them with my knives. They're going to start regressing soon. Yeah, they're regressing right now, in fact. Let's get them on the other side if possible, and then break. Oh, I think they may have left a tile. Yeah, they did. And 2 more. Nope. She's going this way. This chase is taking way too long, I'll be honest with you. Alright. And I hear someone on this gen. I do not have Ruin, but what I do have is Oppression. Let's work that. See if we get any pops on the gens. We do. Then Mega's here. I don't know why he vaulted that, but I'll take the free stack of save. Thank you very much. Alright. And she's on bus. Does she have good window? She does, I think. Does she? No, she doesn't. She has bad window. And does go for it. I could probably played that a little bit better, but you go way too far back in that corner. You could have played bus more. So I think this is you going down unless you have a dead heart, potentially. Nope, no dead heart. Alright, I have an eyelash in my eye. I want to get that out. But I cannot. Alright. So they finished 1 gen. Honestly, kind of reasonable for Trickster. We have Pop in hand. Oppression's going to take a while. We do see him on this gen here. See scratch marks too. Who is that? I think that's Claude again, based on the cosmetic I saw. Is that Obsession Claude? Yeah, it is. Right to my right. There we go. Yep, so we want to use our knives here to try and avoid losing stacks of save if possible. Perfect. 1 more hit will do it. And then let's start getting her further lacerated. Now, where'd she go after that? Looks like she's going over here. Might as well start up main event just for the hell of it, honestly. Wait, did I just hit someone? I did. Who did I just hit? I hit the Claudette. The non-obsession Claudette. I literally was randomly throwing, and all I hear was a ting. Well, that was unexpected. Let's chase you. You're on non-obsession, but I only have 10 knives. Yeah, you have to remember that I, off of stream, swear like a sailor. It's just on stream that I don't. Try and keep my content PG-13 if possible. Now, Oppression is back up, so we might want to use it here. Now, let's go for you. There we go. Now, you're the one with the flashlight, so don't need to worry about that. Pick you up, and we saved our stack of save, even though it is only 2 of them. We do see additional scratch marks, and that is Feng Min. Hit her through that gap there. Yep, I do indeed. Does she drop? She does not. Let's hit her for another stack of save, and we have seen the unhook here. And they go into the tile to the left. Doesn't appear that they're healing, though. So let's pursue. That is non-obsession Claudette, yeah? Yeah, it is. Okay. Jennifer there's just about finished. Fengman, you do understand that I can down you, right? You are injured. Yeah, I don't know if that was a good idea on Fengmin just sitting on that gen, to be honest. Have you played with add-ons and played quite scummy? I mean, it's true. Honestly, if I used add-ons, it would be a whole lot easier. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that fact. Alright, I see the Meg over there. Let's reload first and then go for her. I mean, even if I didn't tunnel, just having add-ons alone would be a huge, huge difference. I mean, we've seen that with Bubba and the like, where an add-on can really make a world of difference. They finished that gen over there. We're down to 4 gens left. I'm 1 for 1 on hooks to gens, which is not bad, mind you. It's not great either, though. Yeah, we are playing the Deep Hipster. I mean, this map's not bad for him. It's a lot of an open area. You can throw knives quite far, but at the end of the day, I'm still not as good of him as I could be. So let's pop this. Rather, oppression. Since Pop is gone. And since she did touch it, we know that DS is gone. Let's try and get this to work. Let's hold it, hold it, hold it. And activate. That was a mistake. Alright, let's fatigue out here. And we'll continue chasing the Fangman. Looks like she went this way. And I think that there's a person on the gen to my right that just passed by. Yeah, and if that is the case, they'll probably escape here. What state I'm in? I am in North Dakota. Ooh, that's a key. Didn't realize that was in play, did I? Let's go back for that gen. Oppression's not up yet. And then we can try and pop it. The re-enabled Auto Haven surprisingly wretched shop, and some of the maps have no tome spawns at all unless you have a single hex perk. Well, that is an interesting one. Let's pop. And we're going to not chase that. Instead, we're going to go for the unhook. Think that's a smart play. Surprisingly, no one's here, though. Suggesting that they probably are on that last gen. Scratch marks would indicate that they're by Shack. And they are not on the gen after all. Here's Megan. I think I should be able to get an injury here at the very least. Yeah, she's going in a straight line. This is going to be an easy down. Ooh, good dead hard. Just dead hard through a number of knives. Goes back around. There we go. Perfect. Now, do I think they're going to get that gen in time? Probably. Alright, let's go back for this gen. See if we can pop it. They do fall off in time. So that's actually good news. Oppression might be activated soon. Yep. Let's oppression pop. And that way, everything's going to be regressing for a bit. Just toss, see if I get some hits. Might as well pressure them. And there's Feng Min, who's on Death Hook. He's trying to mind game here, not going to go for it. That's now 5 stacks to save. That's actually pretty good for me. If I had knives, I'd probably go for that first, but alas, I do not. She has a really good vault here. She has the good window. But that's a Lithe, which means she'll probably just hold W, right? Nope, she doubles back. And I think she's in a dead zone now, so I should be able to get the down in time. Perfect. Alright, let's hook you here, and then if we can get back to that gen. And just not in time. Unfortunate stuff. Alright, well let's go for this execute, as I did see someone running towards it, I do believe. No? Alright, in that case, we'll double back over this direction. It's a 1k of Trickster, it's not great, honestly, even if 6 hooks. Are they on it? I can't... Yeah, they are. Alright, we'll fall off of this pressure. There's no reason for me to pressure them out of the map if I can help it. Especially if I can find another survivor to down. Unless they're all 3 there, which is a possibility. They could have played it smart. Though, personally, I guess the smartest play would have been to split exit gate pressure. They're here, they'll drop. Now let's use our power. Ooh, Hatch is here. So if they all leave, he could actually escape like that. There's that dead hard. And we do get Meg down. Now the only way that they flashlight me is if they flashlight through the window there. What we're gonna do is we're going... No, they left. They're leaving her for dead. Yeah, Ghost just up and ghosted her. My favorite killer? Honestly, I really like Legion. Legion's a lot of fun in my opinion. Oh, she's dead on hook, that's why. If she was either of the Claudettes, then I might have been able to get some altruism plays there. But because they realize she's dead on hook. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Unfortunate. But GG, well played to these survivors. And that means Trickster does lose his 2-win streak. So, not all too worried about that. Still trying to figure out what build I want. Like, I don't think Ruin's the right move. I think either, like, Oppression or Eruption might not be bad. But with that being said, let me update the win streak on Tricky Boy here. And we're going to spin the Wheel of Killer thereafter. Sounds like a plan to me. Oh, that's the wrong buttons. All the wrong buttons. Alright. I think that's pretty good in itself. Yeah, I need to take a page out of Little Rugard's book and figure out how to play. At 6 p.m., thank you for the reminder. I'll take my Sudafed and Flonase real quick. But let's spin the wheel, and we have landed on the Hag. Hag right now is on a 12, so we're going to spin the wheel again. And we just played Trickster. No, thank you. Wraith, nope. Bubba, nope. Pig, nope. Demogorgon. Alright, you guys want to play some Demogorgon? Looks like we're going to re-roll after all. And instead, we got... I think Oni. Yeah, Oni's on a 0. Yes, I saw the pork chop. Thank you. Yeah, re-rolled a little bit too soon there, Hammy. Just a wee bit. Let me take my meds real quick before I forget. Because right now, I think it is probably just sinus pressure causing my ears. Because now I have sinus pressure in, like, my temple. Or at least pressure on my temple. Feels like. You did indeed do it to yourself. But now we got the Angry Man. Yeah, exactly. I want to try and get everyone to 10. Oni slugs? I mean, if Ruin's up, I will slug. No doubt about that. Alright, there's those meds down. I thought Hag was lower. No, Hag's on 12 right now, I think. And then I'm just going to disable my face game real quick while I do the Flonase. Playing against Oni is kind of annoying because I can't dodge his rage mode. It can be hard. The biggest thing is keeping him around tight loops. Alright, let's do this. Make sure it's primed. It is primed. Good. Alright, there we go. Oh, I have become the killer? Oh, my bad. That was not on purpose. Does look like we have a TTV in lobby, so let me fix the reward real quick while we do give the TTV a shout out. And come on, there we go. Become the killer. There we are. That's the one I wanted. And are they live? You're good, Frankie. You're good. Don't worry about it. They are live. Awesome. Well, if you guys want to check out Save Shah, please make sure to do so to get the perspective of the Nia. I'm also going to take a bite of my pork real quick, which it smelled really good. I don't know what you did, but it smelled really good. So I am very interested in taking a bite before too long. What recipe was it? That's pretty good. What kind of cake was that? A cake? Are you talking about like the gruesome Gyato? I didn't see the offerings. Yes, as a reminder, if you are going to go say hi to the other streamer, please keep in mind not to mention that they are playing against the streamer themselves. That way they don't view it as cross-promotion, and also don't think that we're stream sniping. That is a event offering called Gruesome Gyatso. It increases the amount of blood points for everyone involved by, I think, 103%. Yeah, I'll probably just say hi, and I probably won't unmute them, unfortunately, because of the music. I don't want a chance getting a DMCA. Isn't it said like gato? I think you're right. I just say it phonetically because of dyslexia, and I always forget that's pronounced gato. But you are correct, if I'm not mistaken. Grizzly Gato? It's eyeball cake? Yes. Alright, they did not spawn back here with me. That's good news. Unless they spawn behind hill, which is a possibility. What side do we want to defend? That is a good question. Scratch marks inside of the mine. Was going from right to left, I think. Hello, Felix boy. Got caught on some geometry. That kind of sucked. Alright, there's the vault there, and there's Yoon. There's actually 2 survivors here. Even better. Now, Yoon's in no man's land, so getting a hit here is actually pretty good. Let's hit you. We'll leave you be for now, as we do know 2 other survivors are back here. Or at least they were. Keywords, of course. Are they still is the next question. Check ruin. And I'm not seeing any signs there. Mine, I see the Nia. If she goes left, that'd be amazing. But she is just going to go into the LT wall, which is fine by me. I do see the Yoon there. Not sure if she's healing or what, but this will get to my power. And now we can go for a Nia. Or, actually, I have an idea. Hey, Cheryl! Let's go smash you. She didn't fall, surprisingly enough. Unfortunate. Ooh, I think I know what's happening here. I think I know what's happening. I just want to bet a head-on's coming. Watch it. Surprised she didn't, let you hit me there. No, she isn't here. Surprising. Okay, you are here. Like I said, I figured that Cheryl is here. I don't know if maybe she has head on or what. Hi, if you could get off my generator, that would be a lovely, lovely thing. Don't mind me, it's going to drink your blood. And we'll go for Nia at this point. Ooh, that's actually very nice blood pool to get. She vaults. Dead hard. No dead hard. No infectious fright either. Let's pick you up then, and then go for the unhook, I guess. Would be a smart move here. They finished the gen there. Alright, let me check these gens in that case. I would expect that if they're on the gen back here, that they would have seen Ruin. But doesn't appear. So we're probably going to try and keep this side since they got a gen on that side. Basically, with the 3 gens, you always want to just see what side they get the gens first. Now, we haven't revealed that we have our power yet. Let's kind of look around. See where they're at. Hi there! Alright, you want to play around this. So I'm not going to Demon Dash then. Yep, that's fine by me. Let's break you, and then Demon Dash, you're on... Hold on. Yeah, she was on the wrong side. She goes across. And I see Yoon. She's in a dead zone as we speak. Alright, we'll go for you, and we need to then think of... Did she fake me out? She did! Nicely done, Yoon. That was actually a pretty good fake. But I don't think you make that in time. So let's down you, get you hooked up. You're ahead of ratio. I need to check these gens real quick. Alright. Let's see. Ooh, hello! Would rather you not be on that gen, boys and girls. Let's see, we saw Felix there, who would like to hit. Get us our half our power, plus some additional blood on the ground. And we see someone vaulting here and going to the left. And looks like Nia might be trying for the unhook, potentially. That is a bit of a mistake, as that will result in a trade. We'll down you. Let's pick you up. Felix heals himself, note that, which means he'll probably go back for the gen. Seeing that gen goes fine as long as this gen does not. Let's go back for it. No one's here. Good, good, good. We do see scratch marks back on this hook. And it's Nia. Well, Nia's now made a grave mistake, for that tells me she does not have DS. Wait. Oh, is it Yoon or Nia? Oh, Nia got the trade. Yoon would be the target. Whoops. That's my mistake. Good news is Yoon's still in a pretty bad spot, and I do see Felix there too. Let's see what she could go for. She has the vault. Felix is on Jen. We'll have to go for that soon, though. Drop it. Thank you. Still regressing, which means Felix is off. Good news there. I imagine he's not too far away, though. Keep on getting caught in geometry. He might be trying to take aggro. Nope. I figured that he might try and help you now, but it is not the case. Alright, let's pick you up. And he's in the direction of my ruins, so I want to kind of explore that area real quick before too long. Nope. And... Yep. Felix! If you get off that, that'd be amazing! Dang it. Well, good news is I still have Pop in hand, so it's not the end of the world to see that go. Now he has a vault to his right. We have our power now for the next person that's healthy that we see. And do you have a dead hard, Felix, me boy? You keep on looking behind you. That look behind really tells a lot. Yeah, no, that was a good move by Felix, not gonna lie. It's gonna help him a lot here, though at the same time, I don't mind having Pop in hand in the late game, because it can sometimes be better than Ruin. You see scratch marks there, that's Cheryl. Honestly, I can just box them out and threaten them with Wrath mode. I don't need to really pressure all too much. She's dead on hook. And then we see Cheryl going this way. She doubles back on logs, leaving Nia to go for Felix, but we can demon dash over. We'll break because we can. And then where's Cheryl? Yeah, see, they're in a very awkward position right now, to where they have to kind of be careful about me demon dashing over. They got it, nicely done. He's going to the right, probably going to vault on that wall. She doubles back, in fact. And I'm not getting any noise when she vaults. I'm not sure if maybe Quick and Quiet's in play or what. Either way, I'm not too thrilled about it. Wasn't getting much info. Let's go back over here and suck up some blood. And we do have our 3 gens, are pretty good. Tried Ruin Survivor is just such a good combo. Ruin and Surveillance. Yeah, Ruin Surveillance is good. I run that on Doctor, actually. Where'd they heal? I don't imagine it's too far away. But looks like they're on that gen. That is Cheryl. Alright. Well, let's hit you. That gets us our power. And you still have the door for the vault back here. I should probably break it open at some point, shouldn't I? Pressure to go right, then break. Scratch marks. We're here, then the vault. Good dead hard, but I don't know if it'll get you very far. Got the pallet. Good attempt. And hello there, Felix, me boy. Or Nia, rather. You think that's gonna work out well? Do you really think that's gonna work out well for you, eh? Alright, well, let's go for Cheryl. Let's put you in basement. They can do that for Nia, too. Oh, hi there, Felix. How you doing, buddy? You want to pick up Nia? That's fine by me. If I hit you, then I have my insta-down primed. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I might as well chase you. There's no reason not to. We can just end this game. Yep, break it. And unless Nia has Unbreakable, I don't think you guys could really do much here. I guess maybe your one choice is to go for Nia and go for the pickup trade, in which case she could go down into the basement, but Save has already suicided. So kind of a moot point, I suppose. Maybe they just recognize that the game was over. And honestly, I can respect that. Alright, so we're gonna hook Felix here. There's the Dead Heart for distance. That's not a bad play, but you kind of messed up there. That's a mid-vault. So if that being said, does Nia receive the hook or the hatch? 'Tis up to you. Upsy daisy. Looks like hatch. Alright, well you can end the poll now, and we will get our decision. Nia. Oh, there's my slug. I hear ya. Wait, no? Hatch is a yes? Yep, Hatch? Okay. So, let me start dribbling you, I suppose. I just need Felix to die off, though. Perfect. I think Felix got the message. Thank God. And you can go find Hatch yourself, Nia. Have fun. Enjoy, Nia. Enjoy your newfound freedom. I'll just be over here kicking pallets. Yeah, a lot of times we either see long and drawn-out battles for the hook or the hatch, or they're, you know, last minute. God dang it, again. Every single time I do this. Yeah, go for X again. I'm just gonna run away, so you know I'm not gonna go for you. Every single time I do that, I always find the hatch almost immediately. Let's see if we can try and practice Shaq real quick on how to get around these corners. Yeah, kind of like that. You want to use A and W, or A and D a lot more than you want to use your mouse to try and get around corners like that. Alright, Nia, are you on the exit gate? I really hope you are, because I am all the way across the map, so you have no reason to feel threatened. Unless maybe she wasn't paying attention to the exit gates. Because, okay, she's on that one, thank God. Just suck up some blood orbs and you offer some additional blood points. Might as well. So what was the cake? Yeah, that was gruesome gato. That is correct. Yeah, you want to just leave? Thank you. I was about to say, like, if I really need to go over there and hit you out, I will. Don't test me. But GG, well played to these survivors. Gruesome cat, indeed, indeed. Alright, but thank you much for the shout out to Save Shah. Let me just mute them real quick, as I'll probably see an ad. Yep, and then of course they are also listening to music, so I'm not going to unmute them unfortunately, but I'll give them a GG well played and a follow as per usual. But that there does put Oni back onto a 1-win streak. You guys want to play another match of the Oni, the Angry Man himself, or you guys want to spin the wheel of Killer? 'Tis up to you. I will ready up for now. Sorry, I'm back. I had to go pick up my food. Can't walk in and watch stream. That's fair, that's fair. But it looks like we are spinning the wheel, so let's do that up real quick. And remember, guys, do be patient for the wheel, as we are going to only play killers that are below 10 wins, unless you guys use channel points or donate to Extra Life. So we have landed on Mr. Hillbilly. Do you guys want to play Billy Boy? He is on a 0-win streak as we speak. Would you guys like to spin one more time? Looks like one more. And let's see. Bloody Boy is on 0 as well. So let's ready up with Blight. And now I can go say hi to Save. Give him a follow and a GG well played. Let's see if they're still listening to music. Yep, they are. I hope that you have a great night / stream. Can't hear due to music. Don't want to worry about DMCA. All right. Well, we are right up at the Blight. I just gave them my GG's, well played, and dropped the follow as well. And as a reward, now I can eat a bit of my pork chop. I've got steak tips and baked potatoes. Ooh. Now, here's the question. Is it like a normal baked potato? Is it like a sour cream baked potato? Is it like a loaded baked potato? Eat something with a bit of sugar. I'm playing Survivor now. Don't kill me. I mean, if you're in the same lobby as me, I might have to. But how you doing, Pixie Poof? Hopefully doing well. Out of curiosity, Frankie, what did you do to season the pork chop? Black pepper and Italian salad dressing. Okay, okay. I like that. It's not bad. Honestly, I want more of it. Like, I want more of that flavor. I feel like a lot of it fell off. So I feel like maybe trying to make it into a thicker sauce or marinating it may have been good. Especially with the Italian dressing. Probably should have some vinegar in it, and that would help soften the meat, make it a bit more tender. But yeah, I'd say maybe next time for this, because unfortunately, like, a lot of that Italian dressing kind of falls off, and you get like a light taste of it, but you don't get too much. And after getting all those smells and aromatics from the cooking, like, I was looking forward to like a sweet and sour pork almost. I'm not a chef, no. I'm not professional. I've never worked a line, but I am a cook at the very least. The word chef or the title of chef should be used by those who have, you know, worked in a professional kitchen or worked a line. I am definitely not a chef. Yeah, claiming shaky and dumb, so right now I am just following directions. You're good. You're good, Frankie. Don't worry about it. Like I said, eat maybe have a kind bar or something with a little bit of sugar. I wonder if you just have low blood sugar right now. But yeah, I'm very big into cooking. I actually wish that I would cook more. It's been hard recently because of streams, obviously. I actually had a thought last night at the talk over Frankie about maybe cooking earlier in the day. Like, I could cook around like 3 o'clock or something, and we could always save that for dinner. But with that being said, let's take a look and see where we're at with the Blighty Boy. Alright. Let's take a look at our totem first, just in case they spawn on it. Tis a possibility. Of course. Initially, I didn't see him. I didn't hear the bones being worked on, and all of a sudden I saw the back of him, like, hold on one second here, shaky boy. You need to stop working on my bones. Alright, he's on this. He'll probably drop. Yep. I could have probably maybe punished the pallet camp, potentially. Oh, Jake. There he is. Let's down him. And let's pressure this gen first while Rune's up. There's 2 gens currently being worked on as we speak. Rune's now gone. Well, that's unfortunate timing. Alright. And then this gen here was also being worked on. They're not here, though. I wonder if they're on Jake in that case. Yep, they're right here. I want to say that's Yui? No, yep, that's Claude. I know that's someone. Didn't know who, though. You want to drop it? No, you don't. We'll go for the vault instead. I got tripped up by some roots, but I still was able to get there in time, though. That's good news, at the very least. Hello there, Yui. Want to drop the pallet? You do not. That's surprising, Jake. That there might be a wee bit of a mistake. Now, everyone's injured. It's actually a really good place for Blight. Yeah, no, we'll figure it out, Frankie. I would just need to figure out how to schedule that appropriately. And no, it wasn't something that we had talked about yet. It's something that I was saying that I want to talk to you about. So, context there. I have not talked to you yet, but want to. Alright, let's pop this. Check that gen. No dice. No Tinker has gone off yet, which is the good news. And I'll just extend our run a little bit by swinging. And I guess take a look at our gens again. That's the regressing. I saw crows go off those. They're back here somewhere. There's Jake, and there's Yui. Perfect. Was able to navigate that relatively well. And then I just have 3 charges left before I can charge into the LT wall. Close. Yeah, if I'd gotten that a second sooner, then maybe. Hi, Felix boy. Don't mind me, it's gonna hit you real quick. Or not, because we slid off that tree trunk. That was by no means on purpose. And you have a pallet to your right? You do not, thankfully. Well, that works out in my favor. Dead hard or bust, but you have a sprint burst. So no dead hard. Alright. I guess let's hook you back here, and then we should check a few different gens. Thankfully, I haven't seen any Tinker pops yet. So let's go Deso-A. Or this gen. Yep, that was the first one to go off. There may have been 2 potentially. Yeah, there's 2 back to back. That is quite unfortunate, but I guess let's give up the barn gen. And we'll go for shack gen instead. Hi there, Yui. Trying to pull a fast one on me, are ya? No, no, no. I think not. There she is. I almost lost her in the corner there for a second. Try to listen in to where she was. Gen behind me is being worked on as we speak. That is a life. Let's bounce and swing. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the right angle there. But she'll vault again, this time without life. And she won't make it around for another vault. I can guarantee that fact. Good attempt at a fake, though. I can appreciate it. And Jake is there. So let's hook up. Jakey boy. I'm gonna pretend like maybe I didn't see Jake. And maybe he'll continue to hide behind that gen for some ungodly reason. Nope, he left. Let's pop. And I hear this gen also being worked on. Hello, Felix. Let's swing. We'll get our hit. And from there, I do see Tinker go off. Okay, let's go for this instead. Unfortunate that I wasn't able to hit that right there. If I was, then we would have been fine. Drop it, yep. Let's pop it. And hope it gets below 70. Keep in mind that Felix was around here. Ah, there we are, Felix, me boy. Maybe you have inner strength since you went for bones. Or just going for some extra blood points, not sure which. Let's break. He's in a corner now, though. Perfect. If we can get him onto a hook fast enough, we might be able to pop that gen that Jake's more than likely than not on. Tinker goes off. That's in middle. How do we want to play this? There could be 2 people on that gen. Let's see if we can go for this gen first. Still regressing. Looks like either they missed a skill check or that's a different gen. I'm not sure which. Alright, let's pop this. And looks like they finished Shack. No, they didn't finish Shack. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. I see what's happening here. Yeah, so Shack's about to get finished too, more likely than not then. Well, that's unfortunate, ain't it? Let's hit Claudie. And let's see, she vaults back out. Yeah, she vaulted out, goes to the left. Let's flight after her. She'll go for the corner, and does make it. No pallet there, though. She'll go for the vault on the right, more likely than not. Thankfully, that has been broken. And there's no pallet here, Claude. I hope you understand that fact. Alright. Let's put you up on hook. And we are still ahead of ratio 4 right now. How long that lasts, though, is debatable. I will say that much. Let's hit you. Let's pop this before we forget. And I see the blood of the Jake heading towards Mitri. Or that's towards the unhook. Let's say he's going for the unhook as we speak. Alright, we saw Jake go in front of us to the right. Claudette's also here, though. I'm going to go for Jake for obvious reasons. I feel like the Claude might be trying to bait out a BT hit to give Jake a little bit more distance. Will that work? It will not. Except for the fact that we just slid off the wall of Shack. Why that happened? I don't know. But it did. I think maybe because we slid off of Jake, potentially. Yeah, it was a really, really awkward slide. Hi there, Felix. Let's get a hit on you, and you gave me a free pallet too. I love to see that. So let's do that. Another Tinker play. Let's pop this real quick. Yo, what's up, Creative? How goes it? How goes it? How you doing, my friend? Down you. Don't see anyone else on it, so let's pick you up and pop. Going pretty well, my friend. Going pretty well. Can't complain. Alright, we'll leave that gen for now and go for Shack. Hope that two people aren't on it. I try to go off of the... whatchamacallit. Where are they? Oh, Jesus Christ, they're right behind the gen. Let's pop real quick. Can I pop, please? The fresh out. Hello, Jake. Where are you going? I don't exactly have much of anywhere to go, for that matter. Alright, now, they did have a gen behind us that I also need to pop, so let's hook here, and then go for that. Now, I do see someone injured there, of course. Thank you, Barbecue and Chili. I'm gonna down Claude. I feel like she might have touched the gen. Then immediately after, we can pop. Yeah, maybe someone else was on it. You might not be wrong on that. That could make sense. Let's see if you have DS, Claudie. And the answer is no. Yeah, no, I think maybe, like I said, your blood sugar may have just been a bit low, Frankie, that's all. And let's bounce that way. Let's fatigue out. And pop. Hi. Did you not know I was here, Jake? What the hell? There's no pallet here either. I don't think you have a dead hard. So let's just down you. That was such a strange play by Jake. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, can you maybe not be on my gen when I'm trying to pop it? That'd be really appreciated, Felix. Try to pop a gen when I finish it in space? Yeah, I mean, it can happen. It can happen. Alright, let's pop this. Felix getting really daring right there, to say the least. And I believe that does leave Yui to be our last survivor. So, 'tis the time to vote. Do you want Yui to get the hook or the hatch? Hatch just spawned. No idea where it is, though, so let's start searching around in the meanwhile. Ah, I found Yui, though. Perfect. Tinker probably threw him off, maybe. I know that Tinker threw off the Jake. The Felix I don't know, though. Tinker is already gone by the time I got the Felix, I'll be honest. That one was rather confusing, to say the least. She's on my left. We'll fatigue out and curve. She's on the L wall. Drop it. Thank you. That way I can just shred. And I know that Hatch is not here. Go for the vault. And you do have this pallet that you could use, theoretically. Someone let you use vault there. And she doesn't go for the pallet still. Funny enough. But we've kind of trapped her here in Shack for now. Let's break that. And start playing him after. Let's fatigue out since we boxed her in now. Put her into a pretty bad position, going back to an unsafe Shack without a pallet. Let's try and fake it out. She is not. And you kind of double fake that, so that works out. No, that's a mid-vault. You don't get that. Alright, well, that being said, looks like Hatch is a no. So let's hook up the Yui. About to say, maybe if you struggle, you might get off my shoulder, but there's a hook right here, so never mind. Let's see, do I need any more blood points? No, I'm good on my deviousness points. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, well, not too bad. I mean, honestly, we could have probably played that a little bit better. There's some different bounces that I could have done a little bit differently, but overall, not too shabby. Oh, she was so close to this, too. But GG, well played to these survivors. Alright, and that puts us on to a 1-win streak on the Blight. Do you guys want to spin the wheel, or would you like to play another match of Mr. Blighty Boy? It is up to you. Let's see. And Draft says, no more Grimes, I'm good for now. And instead, we got the Clown. Are you down to Clown, is the question. Hello, Clown. And still thinking that Save the Best for Last is probably one of the better perks to use on you. Though I could see Starstruck in your future. And Starstruck is currently available in your pool. Ooh, what if we did that? What if we did that? Though I'd want to get all of Trickster's perks unlocked first. Yeah. I want to do that first, so that way we see multiple perks in the Blood Web and don't kind of waste our blood points too much. Probably a smarter play. Alright, but we are in lobby with the Clown, and while we are waiting for this ready up, I'm going to take another bite of my pork. We do see a key in play, though. Let's keep that in mind. Yo, what's up, Cozy? How goes it? How goes it? How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, there's some cross-hatching on the pork, plus a little bit of marinade. This would have been really, really good. To be fair, it's not bad. But the Italian dressing actually works pretty well as a good sauce. Oh, good, Carl. No worries. I've been seeing Discord going off in my top left-hand corner. Same feeling as always when I'm in bed. I told my parents, they said it's fine. Like I said, Shark, if there's something wrong, please try and communicate to your parents as best as possible. I know they might not understand it right away. But the best thing you can try and do is keep on telling them. And if they don't listen, you can always try and tell someone at your school, potentially. And they might help take action, like a nurse, for example. Pets are adorable. They are indeed. All right. Very nice. So let's see. What's our streak on clown right now? Streak on clown as we speak is 0. So this will be for our first win streak back on the clown. Not too bad. Yeah, so maybe Starstruck Clown would make sense, because he has a 32 meter tear radius, and it does provide a reliable insta-down ability. You know what? I think Starstruck might be the best play on Clown. Like, save the best for last is not bad. You try and tell your friends and grandparents? Gotcha. I'd say grandparents are probably more likely. Also, your friends probably can't do too much to help out. Unless it's something like just some emotional stuff. If it's like more heavy stuff, I might recommend talking to, you know, someone who might be able to get you the right help that you need. But with that being said, we are now in a match on the game. Frickin' pallet hell. Let's take a look, see. So far, nothing. No scratch marks. No survivor scene. Oh, scratch marks. Perfect. Hi, David. You can drop it, but you are not going to get as much distance as you'll want. Not to mention the situation that you're in. So let's try and get you slowed down. And I think you might have a pallet back here. I don't know. You do. And what's the verdict, David? He did not double back, which is surprising. He's going to try and play around this, which is actually quite smart if he plays it right. And now we can get around. He does dead hard. I think he may have dead hearted for the invigoration, which is kind of smart on him. You have an axolotl? Hey! Axolotls are wicked cute. I actually would love to eventually have axolotls. They are quite the unusual creature, and definitely takes a lot of time and effort to take care of them. Let's check gens. We do see scratch marks over here. Hello. Let's get a hit on you. And you drop pallet, that's fine. You, in fact, even have another pallet you can drop, potentially. But she's not going for it. I don't know where she's going. Dead hard? No dead hard. Let's pick you up. And let's put you on this hook here. Alright. Let's take a look-see. Try and patrol gens again. I feel like I just saw a survivor to my left. Check this gen down here. And also bathroom gen. Neither have progress, and I think that is Mr. Dwight boy. Which obsession perk is this? This is, whatchamacallit? Save the best for last. When we hit a non-obsession, we get a stack of save, and we reduce the amount of time it takes to recover after a successful hit with Save the Best for Last. It can be quite the powerful perk on certain killers. Really great for shorting chases, a staple on the Demogorgon, for example. Also regularly seen on Deathslinger as well. Looks like they're going for the unhook, and they get the unhook on Feng Min, and that is our non-obsession Dwight. Perfect. Let's throw this. But he dropped down. He did drop down. I thought he was still on the little lid there. Apparently not. Now let's go for you then. Looks like they did get the unhook. And we see Dwight boy going around. Are you gonna try and play this pallet? You do not. Let's throw that there. They'll get intoxicated. We might get this hit. It'll be dicey. At the very least, we get a pallet. Yeah, dreams can be scary cozy, but definitely always remember that at the end of the day, they are just that. They are dreams. I know it can be hard in the moment, but try and always remember yourself of that fact. And do things thereafter to calm yourself down. Now, let's see. Hello, Fingman and a Dwight. I knew that they hadn't left the area, just based on what I've seen there. Created. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Fact matter is just, you know, it's a bad dream. Just keep in mind that at the end of the day, it's a dream. Alright. Alright, you hear someone right behind me. There's Feng Min. She gonna go for a body block, maybe? I don't know. All good, created, all good. Let's take a look. We see scratch marks going this direction. They still have not found Ruin. They dropped down. They did not, in fact. There she is. Let's throw a bottle, slow her down, get her to drop. Perfect. And since she took the stun, we'll get that quick down thanks to Say the Best for last. Most of your dreams come true. I don't think that's probably the case. So, like I said, remember that at the end of the day, it is just a dream. And go from there. You tried DBD again? Well, that's exciting. Playing some more Legion. Alright. Let's take a look. Hello there, David. I don't exactly want to chase you because I will lose stacks of save, unfortunately, since you are the obsession. Let's see you going back around so you get intoxicated. Is the perk like Unrelenting? Think of Unrelenting, but better. Much better. To be fair, I do use Unrelenting on killers like the Hag, but still. This is far superior than Unrelenting. Yep, you played that right. You want to always go back to this pallet first, and then go back to this one over here. But it looks like he's going to fall off that. Honestly, I don't really want to hit him. I don't want to be chasing him as much. But I hear people down here, so let's go for them. Since they are non-obsessions, of course. Hello, Fengman. Unfortunate time for you. Since now I know that you don't have DS, I can chase you freely. Dwight taking the body block. I respect it, Dwight. I respect it. You're in a better spot than Fengman, but I'll commit to you instead. I'll give Fengman a moment to breathe. A moment of respite. That gen is regressing. Good, good, good. And where are you heading off to, Dwight? Heading off over to here. There's a pallet to your left. Looks like you're trying to go to the vault, though. You're not going to get there in time. It's been weird at the moment. What, playing Legion, or... Well, let's pick you up. And... There's a hook on the other side of this wall. It's a little bit close to my ruins, so hopefully he's not looking in the right direction to see it. But right now, 6 hooks on 5 gens. And never mind, Dwight's dead. Even better. You gotta love to see it. Let's patrol gens then. There was a person here, no longer though. Probably reload when I have the moment. Just everything and Noob 3 rejoining. Yeah, way exciting to see Noob making content again, honestly. Pretty exciting stuff. A death on 5 gens, they're hurting? Yeah. Ruins put in work right now for sure. They have been applying some good pressure, don't get me wrong, but they have been hurting this match. Still intoxicated. They'll get hit. You drop for distance, that's fine. Let's throw that. And then break. Why did I just hear a scream from David? Unless he got hit by the intoxication, maybe. That'd be my only thought process. Unless he's chasing and going through intoxication by accident, that's the only thing that I can think of. This pallet, oh, it's still there. Surprising. Yeah, maybe that's what David's doing, potentially. Let's break. I mean, if I was him, maybe I'd go for a body block to try and extend chase for Dwight. My only thought process. He drops wicked early. And drops down, which means he gets stunned on the drop. Fortunately, we lost a lot of distance on him, which is less than ideal. But this should be fine. If he goes back to that same pallet, he'll vault it. They get a gen. Honestly, I'm fine with long chases right now for obvious reason. We're in a very commanding position. There's David, me boy. David? Why is David here? David wants my attention. That much is obvious. Let's break. You're my obsession, David. I really don't want to, so unless you force the hit, I'm not going for you whatsoever. I have no reason to do so. Let's throw that, and then break. And there goes Dwight. Nope, not going for you, David. Whatever you do, I really could care less. You need to force the body block. They just couldn't make that work. They really couldn't. No matter how much time David spent around, he just could not make that body block work. Let's hook you. And are you going to go for the stun hook? You are. Alright, guess I have to go for David now. Don't want to eat the DS on Dwight. That will steal 4 stacks of save, though. You get intoxicated on the drop down. And you do have a pallet to your right, don't you? Yep. And now we can kind of box you in, can't I? Yep, we can box you in. Let's toss that. Break. Force him into a difficult position. And mind game. Perfect. There's low blood sugar. Like I said, if you start getting the shakes, sometimes it can just be that. Good attempt. I don't know how I didn't hit that, I'll be honest. He was right in front of me. Alright. Well, let's take a look. They got 2 gens in that time. Honestly, I could care less. This game is quite literally over. I don't think any form of gen pressure at this point is really going to matter. Let's see. Going upstairs. Just following the blood, and now following the scratch marks. You guys have used up a decent number of gens. This fight really likes insta-dropping. David suicides. I can kind of understand why. Go vault. Yep, and swing. Perfect. Just came in to say hi, but I'm gonna go out to a group of friends. All right, sounds good. Well, enjoy yourself, and please make sure to stay safe. You know, obviously, I imagine that you will, but make sure you stay safe, my friend. And stick with friends. Don't get too separated, especially towards the end of the night. Alright, though. Well, the last one's either going to be the Dwight or the Feng Min. 'Tis up to her, I suppose. But when we do find out that decision, do we want to give them hook or hatch? Always no drinking for me tonight. I'm the driver. Gotcha. I mean, if you're a designated driver, definitely a good thing. So keep an eye out on your friends in that case. Make sure they don't get into trouble. Looks like hatch. Alright. Well, let's look around for hatch while Feng Min's out and about, I suppose. And we can always close it, let her get exit gate, I suppose. Would be the best play. Give that Feng hatch. Dwight and I memed all game. Fair enough, Wayne, fair enough. Were you the David by chance? If so, GG's, my friend. Yeah, I heard you chasing me around the entire map as I went for Dwight. I was the David, okay. Yeah, the main reason why I didn't go for you, by the way, is because you're my obsession, and I have saved, so it just made way too much sense not to go for you. Good stuff, the bottles. I appreciate it, thank you. I mean, you guys were able to use the pallets appropriately, where it made my life a lot more difficult. But I appreciate stopping by saying hi. I was just messing around. Gotcha. See, I thought you were going for like a flashlight save or something when I kept on hearing you scream. And then I realized that you're just trying to go for body blocks towards the end. There we go, Fang. Well, GG, well played to these survivors, and that there will result in a win for the clown. But would love for you to join the guilty ones, Wayne. Alright. Excuse me. And that there is a 3K. Met 1 out of 10. What, the tonic? And still need to add more pinkies. And let me update the graphic. And do you guys want to play another round of Clown, or you guys want to spin the wheel of Killer? 'Tis up to you. What? I have no idea what that was. Was that a bot, or is that something else? I didn't even notice what it was. You guys were too quick. They were flaming? Gotcha. Well, keep in mind, guys, that we do have a 3-strike policy here, so if you do get timed out one time and then timed out again at the 3rd infraction, you will be banned. I'm Italy, guys. You're Italy? Okay. Well, that doesn't mean that you have to spam. You can just, you know, come in and don't need to spam or do all caps. Try and follow the chat rules, of course. With that being said, we did not get a spin of the wheel, so already back up on Clown. And let me take another bite of my pork chop before I forget. Clown, all you ever wanted? I mean, look at him. He is the peak of perfection. Alright, good night, Gio. Have a good one. You said something bad in Italian? Gotcha. I mean, I'm already finished with my food, Frankie. This is my last bite. Frankie cameo when? I mean, you can actually look through images. Frankie has posted a selfie before wearing some Guilt Spire merch. And here I was just telling you, you know, I can partially speak Italian. I've been taking classes. Gotcha. Yeah, he came in just in time. Apparently someone was yelling in Italian in chat. Alright, we do see another TTV. Do we want to give him a quick shout out? We also see 4 tools. Interesting. Well, this is going to be an interesting match. We see a flashlight, a map, a toolbox, and a medkit. Of course, the medkit, toolbox, and map are what I'm really worried about. The medkit, less so. The map will probably find ruin pretty quickly, I imagine. The toolbox could have a brand new part, and the flashlight I could care less about, for obvious reasons. It is a flashlight. That's very easily avoidable. Not live, unfortunate. Frankie, quick question. Is the mochi gluten-free, or is it not? If it's gluten-free, you can have the rest. If it's not, then can I have it? Unless you don't like the mango mochi. I imagine you would have probably checked if it was. You got it for me? Oh. Well, in that case, if you don't mind, do you mind me having the rest of the mochi? You don't like mango? Alright, in that case, yeah, if I could have the... Could grab me the mochi, be much appreciated. Frankie got me some mango mochi, which I'm very appreciative of. Mochi is good. That's one thing I miss about Wegmans. Wegmans used to have a self-serve mochi station. It was freaking amazing. Had green tea mochi, strawberry mochi, vanilla mochi, whole assortment of mochis. Used to grab a container of those when I got out of work sometimes. It is. I imagine they probably put that away for a while, given COVID and all that. But yeah. Thank you. Surprisingly, Frankie, by the way, did you know that this entire box is a serving?
I'm sorry, what?
This entire box is a serving. Yeah, one container.
What the hell?
I know, right? I was surprised about that too. So, like, this entire box, which contains 6 mochi, is a one full serving. I looked at it, I read it like 10 times, like, are you sure? Are you sure this is just one serving in that entire box? 6 whole mochi? But apparently. I mean, it's 600 calories, was still quite a lot. Probably a decent amount of sugar, but still. I could have eaten it all if I wanted to. Opted not to, though. Alright, let's take a look-see. Get that door out of the way. Didn't hear anyone to the right, but I did want to double check, and for good reason. Show my red light, try and get him fake back, and swing. Perfect. Now he gets intoxicated as well, which is even better. Seems sus? Yeah, pretty much, honestly. Alright. He gets hit by that, and down goes the bill. That's a good early down, so pretty happy of that. Let's go patrol gens. I would like to have broken the pallet behind me, but I don't have enough time. Sounds like they're in middle. There's 2 of them, in fact. One goes for the vault, one does not. You are my oh, you're in my non-obsession. The other one's my obsession. Well, that's perfect. That's what I love to see. Alright, she goes the right way, going towards the pallet. Imagine the other Cheryl might be on gen. Based on the way they're playing, they're trying to pull me away from the gen so they can finish it out. That's exactly what they're doing. Heavy vault. Perfect. I think she got blinded by the tonic, which is excellent. And I lost track of where she was. Unfortunately, this does mean that I lose all my stacks of save. But I also will note that Bill's still on hook. I don't know why. That is an odd thing to see. It's 1 a.m. again? You're, what, 6 hours ahead of me? So you're GMT. But I'd probably try and get some rest there, Cozy. You know, probably better idea than feeling lonely the entire night. Alright, looks like they go back in. Let's toss the bottle over. Get that slowdown, and you're on a pretty bad pallet here. Now, you did respect the bad pallet and went for something else, so that's kind of smart. Get the hit. Good attempt at a 360. She was staying underneath my POV. Look at that, you sneaky little bugger. That was a really good play. I was trying to listen for direction, but because she is hit in me, it did not help me out. Let's throw that. Good dead hard. And she messed up. She dead hard too far. Alright. Do I recommend Legion? Legion's a lot of fun. I would say it's always a fun killer if you like a speedy boy, a 130 killer when using power. Alright. Let's check middle gen. Don't know if they're on it. They were. Perfect. Rune is still up. Even better to see. I see that gen back here. I'm going to fall off of this chase and pressure gen instead. Alright, he's out in the corner and this gen isn't well worked on, so I'm actually going to fall off of that chase. I imagine Cheryl's going back into middle or going for the unhook on Cheryl. Yep, there's the pop of the gen. Let's toss that over. She goes upstairs, might not know that the door is already broken, which is great for me. Perfect. You do not drop down. Unfortunately, they are my obsessions. So many stacks I had are now gone once again. Once again, why I don't necessarily like save the best for last on Clown, I'll be honest. Let's see if I can pressure into it. Yeah, she's holding herself well. I'll be honest. So let's just break in this case. Is she in a dead zone? No, she still has a pallet here, I think. Let's try and fake, see if she pallet camps. She does not. She's a little bit smarter than that. And goes back this way. We can box her out, potentially. We did kind of lose her there. Ooh, Bill's on this gen still. Hi, if you could get off that gen, that would be lovely stuff. Alright, we have to pressure her and down her here, lest we do see that gen pop off. Doubles back on long side. And we now see Bill on this. You know, that's fine. We could see middle go off now, which would be unfortunate. Ability drop. We do not. Why, though? Honestly, that's what you needed in order to survive. Unless maybe they set up for a flashlight save, which they can't. Alright, well, they got middle, so we'll be on ratio once we get this hook here. I mean, they've been doing a pretty good job of keeping chases long, pressuring certain areas in the right way, so overall, I have to say, these survivors seem to know what they're doing. Good night, Shark. Try and get some rest, and if you need anything, feel free to jump back in chat. Alright, let's throw that there. Slowing them down a little bit. Yep, drop it. That's fine by me. And then we see a person go to the gen on hill, it looked like. Let's continue this chase. She sees that I respect it. I do, but she kind of messes up and doesn't get much distance. And may have messed up here. Dead Hard gave her enough distance, surprisingly enough. Normally it wouldn't in that situation, just because when you're intoxicated, you don't really get much movement off of Dead Hard. There's Claudie. I'm still shocked they have not gotten Ruin. I mean, Claude has a map and everything. He draws Pallet and then pushes back in. Does she go to the right? She does. She holds W. They don't necessarily play around loops after pallets, which is kind of unusual. There's the Dead Hard. Swinging down. Alright, upsy daisy. What gens have they been on? Obviously there's one right in front of me, which they were. Let's check here real quick. By that hill. Doesn't look like it. And let's go for a hill. Yeah, they're on comms. You can tell because they keep on going from gen to gen. Whenever they work on one, they go back to it pretty quick. Let's use hill to our advantage. Throw this and then break. Looks like she went back in. Nope, looks like I may have doubled back, or she may have doubled back on me. Fair play. I see him going for this unhook, that's Bill. And Bill's on death hook too, which is actually really good for me. So let's pressure him now. They are going to get the second stage in a few seconds, which would be really good stuff. There we are. That's a 3-second hook stage. Love it when you see it. They do get that gen though. They're really committing to these gens, which I don't know if that is a good move or not, but they are on one gen now. Bill will die here no matter what, unless he has a balanced landing maybe. He does not though. Now let's try and make sure he doesn't see ruins. Let's pick him up before he's able to get around that corner. Yeah, what's up, Cornbread? How goes it? The games are going well, can't complain. This is our first real match that I feel really challenged on though. These survivors know what the hell they're doing. They're working through ruin, they're good on comms, they're leaving hook states longer than I would think is a good idea. And we also see all 3 survivors here. So Claude go there, Cheryl go here. Another Cheryl's not too far away either. I'm not sure if I can leave them on this gen though, is the only problem. We're gonna go for this Cheryl. She's dead on hook, I believe. Yeah, you're not gonna get that in time. Unless you have a Styptic or anti-hemorrhagic syringe, but I haven't seen the medkit go away, so don't think so. Good Dead Hard. Somehow goes through me. So nice job there. Hal's already gone. Should have already known that. Unfortunate. And she has to get the shack now, I think. I don't think you'll get that heal in time, Cheryl. You do, though. Nicely done. So they played that well. Let's fake out the red light. Get some distance. Yeah, the Styptic does not continue the medkit. You are correct. Get you down. And let's get you into basement. Kill you off. Nope, too late on that. Good try, though. I'll give you credit for it's due. What gen? Oh, you're not dead. It's the other Cheryl. Shoot. I overcommitted to the wrong Cheryl. That's unfortunate. Alright, we need to patrol gens with Pop. I can't take time guarding basement. Unfortunate timing indeed. They have this really far gen. Which they are surprisingly not on. Wow. If they had split gen pressure and not stayed in that area, they would have been completely fine. They would have actually probably already gotten out, I'll be honest. Let's see. Scratch marks go to this gen, I believe. And since you touched that, Cheryl, I know you don't have DS anymore. That was a mistake. That was a mistake right there. You'll drop it. Do not drop it. You have Dead Hard, though, if I'm not mistaken. But you did not use it appropriately. I know you have a flashlight, Cheryl. You're both on Death Hook, though, so this is fine. Let's box her out here. I don't think she can get very far since she's fully intoxicated. There's her Dead Hard, by the way. Yep, not gonna CJ tech me. Let's kill you off, get a pop in hand. While I have the chance. Unfortunately, there's not many hooks here, is there? Oh, there's Cheryl. Do you want to see if I'm a moth? Nope, not gonna swing. No reason to. And let's chase you, so we know no one's on that gen. What about this gen? There is someone here. Let's see if this pallet's gone. It is not, so you'll drop. Will you flashlight me? You do. Yeah, that doesn't work. Alright, let's kill you off. And then we have Hatch right here. Is it Hook or Hatch for this Claudette? 'Tis the question of the day. Oh, you're not... Wait, who the hell was put on the second hook then? Was it Claude? I could have sworn it was a Cheryl. I guess I'm wrong. 'Tis what happens when you're not paying attention. You think it was Hook? Okay. Let's go around and start regressing gens, I suppose. Would be a smart play here. Hey, what's up? Yaobi? Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm a tad bit dyslexic. But GG's, my friend, GG's. I appreciate you stopping by, saying hi. Would love to have you here as part of the Guilty Ones. You guys played a really good match. You guys seem like a four-man Swift if I had to guess, but you'd have to tell me if that was the case. Cheryl's there. Claudette's here in this corner. Let's see if we can box her out. We can. Perfect. And let's throw a bottle here. There's the Dead Hard out of the way for distance. Doesn't matter too much. Stun and down. And Cheryl will not be able to get the flashlight save here. What? Yowie baby? Ah, me and the other Cheryl? That makes sense, that makes sense. Yes, indeed, I am a knower. I am a knower. Alright, well, we'll close Hatch here. Sorry, Cheryl, but the Guilty Ones have spoken. They requested your death. And these exegates are... they're not that bad for me. Oh, actually, with this hill, even better. Even better. Yep, that's the game right there. There's no way she escapes. At this point, I would have to purposely let her. And Crow's over there would suggest that she's over in this area. Yeah, the hill just gets me all the information. Blood for the entity, indeed. But with that being said, this will be our second win in a row with the clown. Alright, Cheryl, 'tis up to you. I mean, best play would maybe to try and find a key and go for the hatch. But that would be about it, methinks. You only have, what, 30 seconds left before the entity claims you instead of I? And I guess one way or another, you will die. I could have sworn I heard her for a second, but she's already healed, so no mono pain. That's kind of odd. Unless maybe she's like right underneath that hill and I just wasn't paying attention, which is a possibility. I mean, if you're standing still, even while injured, and crouched, you actually make a whole lot less noise. Does DVD have a story? No, but it has lore. So it has a story of sorts. So there is information on the killers with their background lore, as well as like add-ons and stuff like that. Alright, sounds good, Frankie. Just for now, I would relax. But 15 seconds left, and I'm gonna say this game is over. I'm gonna eat a bit of mochi. And we're gonna spin the wheel after this. Sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, I got some mango mochi right here. Very happy about. I do enjoy a mango and mochi. Very good stuff. You need to get up and get mochi? Do you have mochi as well? GG, well played to these survivors. You cut your eyebrow open once? Ooh, maybe... Was that, Baby who was doing the heal? Maybe they were trying to do anti-hemorrhagic syringe, potentially. Yeah, because I think they're the only one with a medkit. And Baby, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones, my friend. Very happy to have you here. Would love for you to join our community Discord as well as our YouTube channel if you are interested. Well, with that being said, let me update the win streak graphic for the clown. And we're going to spin the wheel of killer once again. And we have landed on Mr. Baba Boy, who's going to be re-rolled right away, and instead we get the Huntress, who is currently on a 1-win streak. You want to play the tall Russian lady, or would you like to spin the wheel of killer once again? Does anyone have TikTok? I have never created a TikTok. I, in fact, do not plan to. I don't know why, just TikTok has never really tickled my fancy. Hunters Challenge, yes. We do have a Hunters Challenge on Compendium Tome 3, or Compendium 3, Chapter 3. No. Where the hell am I? Oh, Compendium 3, Chapter 3. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Has been against my will. Fair enough, fair enough. The other one is the disco challenge of grabs off of gens. Now, I don't need to have disco activated when I get grabs, but I just need 2 grabs in a single match off of gens while using disco. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I could get behind Vine a little bit. I never had a Vine account either, for that matter. Like Vine, I could get behind a little bit more, and like I enjoy some of the Vine videos that have been archived. But I don't know, TikTok's never tickled my fancy. There's always drama, you can't have an opinion, and it's annoying. Oof. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as long as your opinion does not hurt, you know, others, then you should be able to have an opinion. And honestly have, like, you know, discussions about what people think and whatnot. Fair, fair. If you want to turn up the temp, Frankie, you can. That's fine. I feel like we've played against Quadrasonic before. Am I crazy? The name seems familiar. Yeah, I'm not big on social media either. You know, as you guys probably know from like my Twitter and whatnot, I'm very quiet for the most part. Once in a while, I might retweet or like a thing, but for the most part, I'm pretty quiet. I just got brain freeze off that last bed mochi. Ah. My brain did not like that. Or rather, my nerves didn't. Alright, there we go. Maybe. Nope, it's not gone. I honestly don't know if it's brain freeze. Or if my head just didn't like that because of the sinus pressure as well. That might also be a factor. It went away, though. I almost never get brain freeze. It's very rare for me. But all I know is that felt like a dull, like, object prodding my head right there. I don't feel pain, so all I felt was like a massive amount of pressure. And I think my sinuses did not appreciate that. I've only gotten it from cold outside, not from eating anything. Also had mild frostbite. Yeah, I mean, frostbite does not feel comfortable. That is for sure. The older I get, the dumber I feel of brain freeze. I mean, yeah. Amplified by the sinus thing. That makes sense. Canadian winters are cold. Trust me, I feel that. I'm in North Dakota, which borders Canada. And because of that, we were getting Antarctic temperatures over here. Friends, the one said to a person... Yeah. I would say, honestly, Shark, if your friends treat each other like that, or if they treat you like that, they're not really friends. Especially if they don't respect boundaries, understand why that's not appropriate. And if you tell them as much and they don't think anything of it, then, honestly, I would stop having those friends real quick. I'll be honest. Doesn't really seem worth it to me. But let's take a look. Hello there, AC boy. How goes it? You tried to duck behind a chest. Are you crazy, Ace? You are a little bit crazy because you didn't flick. You didn't dodge that at all. All right. Also, did we shout out Quadrasonic? If not, could you please do so? Like I said, I'm pretty sure we've played against Quadrasonic before, if I'm not mistaken. So I know that they're in that corner. Thank you. Crow comes back in 20 seconds. Crows come back in 20 seconds. Suggesting they went this way to the right. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay, there we go. Scratch marks. I was gonna say I might as well just patrol gens. But we have found a survivor. Excellent stuff. That's 3 people off of gens. Good, good, good. Hi there, Nia. How goes it? Really trying to dodge my hatchet there. Did not work out for you, though. Mind game. Perfect. Was grabbing Mochi? All good, Giraffe. All good. I mean, Mochi's important. Alright, let's look back here in this tile and then reload since we're on 1 hatchet. And let's see. Locker should be here. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I understand. You know, not wanting to be without friends. At the same time, hold your friends to a higher standard than that. Good dodge, but I can just M1 you now since I'm in range. Now, do I think that you've touched a gen or a heal? I doubt it. So let's try and pressure the unhook. Now, where'd the unhooker go? Scratch marks go this way. And... oh, there we are. Let's hide our red light for a second. Oh. I expected to go this direction, Nia. Alright, scratch marks go over to the ace more likely than not. Yep, there's the Dwight. Perfect. Oh, not Dwight, sorry. I saw red, thought Dwight. That is Meg instead. Show our red light. Gain some distance. And will she vault again? Good dodge. I appreciate that one, Meg. They drop pallet. You do. That results in a hit. Then we break. And... Ace. What are you doing? What do you think that was going to accomplish? Alright, where'd Meg go? Did she go off to the left, maybe? I don't hear anymore, so I would assume yes. Let's reload real quick, and then we can pick up Ace. Oh, Ace. You are a cutie. I don't know what you're expecting was going to happen, but, you know, that's happy. Alright. Up you go. And let's now find where everyone else is at. Not on that gen. Not on that gen. I'll give that gen up in that corner. It's kind of by itself. And someone vaults to get my attention, apparently. That is Dwight. Good, good. Everyone's injured now. A little bit early, I think. Probably could have gone that shot. Now, there's two people over here I do want to mention. One person in shack, one person out of shack. So let's chase the out of shack. There's Nia. Does not drop pallets. Mind game real quick. Now, I think she's smart enough about my mind games. Now, it should give me enough distance to pressure the pallet, though. Too low. But there goes Ruins. Now we're left with Pop. But honestly, with 0 gens on 4 hooks, we're in a very, very nice position. So I'm not too worried. Alright, upsy-daisy. And let's take a look. They were in shack before. Are they still? Nurse's Calling isn't active yet. Quadrasonic's been healed. They're on Death Hook, I believe. Oop, this gen is active. It's a 1 still, though. I don't think I need to pop just yet. Check the next gen. No rework's done here either. Oh, there we go. There's a Dwighty boy. Now, I was about to say blood went towards locker, but looks like he just faked out that area entirely. That don't mean much. We'll get the down on Dwight. I was expecting the dead hard, so I raised my hatchet instead of swinging. Made more sense in that moment. Let's hook you here, and we'll look around for a pop target, and then we'll reload hatchet when we have next chance. With pop in play now, I want to be a bit more reserved and make sure we're popping gens as one's active. Ooh, very nice. That gives us our general direction, though. Let's see, are they going to the left or to the right? Looks like left based on the scratch marks I found. There we are. Hey, AC boy. Good dodge this time. Let's hit you. And keep in mind that you're on Death Hook, so you're not exactly what I refer to in a good position. You vault in, that's fine by me. Pallet's still here. You're not pallet camping. Smart of you. Let's reload. Quadrasonic is live. We have seen them before? Okay, I thought so. Like I said, the name seemed familiar. Good dodge. Should have thrown a bit more to the left, I think. Good dodge again, Egg. There we go. Got that hit, though. Ooh, close one. That was a close one indeed, Megan. I was wondering that she would dip back to the right. She did not, though. Now, this pallet is still here? Yeah, I want to say it is. So let's reload. Looks like she went to the right. Oh, that's too far of a flick. I overcompensated. We're at the shop. Sounds like they're on this gen. And we know that this pallet is down. And what about meat tree? Oh, that was a close one. Yeah, I need to get better at those long-range shots. Really do. Mind game for distance. She passes by, though. He continues. Back to the vault. Yeah, if that pallet or that gen wasn't there, that'd be a different story. Once again. And we're losing pressure here very quickly. So I might want to drop off of this chase, as I need to get her to drop pallet. She's not. Yeah, let's check this gen. Let's get this regressing. Yeah, the gen's what is causing the main issue. 2 people healed, Dwight and Ace. There you go, Ace. Don't know why you'd slow vault that, honestly, with me trying to mind game you. And since he vaulted, he lost momentum. I think it's probably smart of me to kill off Ace at this point in time. Alright. Well, let's kill you off. And we need to pop that gen behind us ASAP. 6 hooks. We're on ratio. Not exactly what I refer to as a good spot, though. Let's go for this. You do have dead hard, let's remember that fact. And right close. Good dodge. And they get a good gen, too. Now let's hook him, pop that gen. Oh, rough, rough, rough. Yeah, if I was able to down him a little bit sooner, then maybe could have pressured that gen. 10% regression on that one. Let's pop this one real quick, of course. And let's head to that gen thereafter. Try and get them down ASAP. I imagine they're going to unhook Dwight, go for the gen, probably double up on it. No real sign of where they went, so let's just pop it. Not switch around too much, because I already know where they're going. They're going to go to the right. I want to check this gen, though. No real work. So they're going to probably either heal under a hook, or go directly for the gen. And they go directly for the gen, in fact. Makes a ton of sense. Dead hard again. Now you've touched a gen, so we can hook you right away and pop it once more. You sealed your own fate on that one, Dwight. Let's kill you off, and then pop. And then let's go back for this gen here. As someone was on it earlier. Are they still on it now? Looks like it's still regressing. That's good news. Let's reload real quick and then check the gen on the right, and then go back to the one that we just popped. We might be able to recover this. Keywords. No work done here. I just toss this to the right of the gen. See if either we can scare them off, or at the very least hit someone. Scratch marks go out, and that is Megan. Perfect. 10% regression on that gen, or is that red herring, maybe? You don't exactly see that perk used often. Good dead hard. Good dodge, too. But you're not going to make that work twice. Alright. Well, that being said, let's hook you over here. Unfortunately, this hook here is kind of in a bad spot for me. But I should check this gen, too. Nia can't body block for obvious reasons. And Hatch is a yes. Alright. Alright. Down on that gen. Let's double check this gen. And Nia now has to make a choice. Let's regress this manually. Let's ready up our hatchet. And see if we might be able to get that hit on the unhook if worse comes to worse. We'll slowly approach it. readied up. And I think we can pocket at this point. I don't think she's coming for it. Though at the same time, hold up one second. Yeah, she's right here. She's right there. And Hatch was a yes? Alright, let's drag you away. And I'm gonna let you struggle a bit, then drop you. I want to give you a hatch here, Nia, but I can't let you get that unhook. Ain't about that. Let's try and find hatch in the meanwhile. Can't let you get that at the very least. Guess let's start at meat tree, and then once they die, I'll let you off my shoulder and you can go find it yourself. Hatch, oh hatch, where might you be? 'Tis the question of the day. This was a close one, honestly. They really played a really good match. If it wasn't for us popping that gen, honestly, they would have 110% have gotten the game. Alright. Get slurped to free freedom, last survivor. Alright, have fun. Go find hatch. I bet you for some reason I'll find it first. But, you know, that be how it be. And if so, I'll close it and go for execute. Might as well pop this gen for some extra points. Alright, we already checked shack. Is it right here? Nope, just a lot of smoke. Did someone bring a reagent? Oh, that's why. The mercury reagent. I was wondering why we kept on seeing all of the black smoke out and about. What are you doing over there? Yes, vaulting for the sake of vaulting. Alright, you've almost made a complete loop around. That might suggest it's out in the corn in the middle. Yeah, because we already went to the meat tree. It's probably like out here in the middle somewhere. Yeah, I literally have no clue. Oh, she found it. It was on Harvester. I must have went right past it, didn't hear it. My bad. But GG, well played to these survivors. Alright, let's go say hi to Quadrasonic and give them a GG, well played as well. I have never watched SpongeBob. I'd say like some of the earlier episodes of SpongeBob aren't bad, and as you get older, they become a little bit more nuanced, which is kind of cool. But that there was putting us onto a 2-win streak on Huntress now. Do you guys want to spin the Wheel of Killer, play another match of Huntress? 'Tis up to you. Why mercy for you? I was the Nia. Because at the end of the day, the guilty ones chose for your survival. Here on this channel, we vote on the last survivor, whether or not we're going to provide them hook or hatch. Was trying to pull a sick play there. Hey, you almost did it. If it wasn't for the blood that I saw, I was like, wait a second. That's not the hook's blood. That's Nia's blood. And I was like, oh, you're over here. I know that. But GG Pyro. Sucks my teammate didn't unhook me when she was next to me when you popped the gen. Yeah, I see what they're going for, so that way they wouldn't result in a trade. But I'd appreciate both stopping by, saying hi. Would love to have year's party guilty ones if you are interested. And good night, Shark. Have a good one. Alright, let's ready up with you real quick, Huntress, my girl. Let's also go say GG will play the Quadrasonic we have seen before. And GG. Well played. Good to see you again.
I am dying right now, for reals.
Who is that?
I hope
Hello.
that you
Yeah, thank you. Good,
a
good
great
to see
night
you again. I
slash stream.
appreciate it. If you could, hit me with a follow. So you
I
can find me from
already am.
now on. Hope you have a great stream tonight. Alright, alright.
Following you.
I got a marble game going. If you want to get in on that.
Always
I'm already following you.
here to support
Oh, okay.
other
You are?
DVD streamers.
Huh. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
All good, my friend.
The only thing you should
Good luck, have fun next match.
I appreciate that.
No worries.
It goes a long way to hear that from viewers. Yeah, just hit exclamation mark player. Play.
I would, my friend, I would, but I have my own stream to worry about. And Pyro, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones, my friend. Very happy to have you here. Would love for you to join our community Discord as well as our YouTube channel if you are interested. You're playing with Quad at your moment. Ah, fair enough, Pyro, fair enough. Yeah, we ran to Quadrasonic before. That's why I recognize the name. And blue-haired kitten, thank you much for the follow as well. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. I don't think I did my intro earlier. I am Mark, aka Guiltspire. I'm an educational killer main here to teach killers how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. We also stream in dedication to Action Life. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. Undead 68061 0616. I wonder maybe if they have a TTV at the end. Yeah, there we go. I was about to say maybe they have the full thing in there, and it would appear to be the case. Are they live? And they are not. Unfortunate. Let's throw on another blood point offering before I do forget. And this will be for win number 3 on the Huntress. I've memorialized this intro. I think I've heard it at least 1,000 times. Let's see. We get roughly 6 to 7 follows a stream on average, like month to month. So, if an instance, let's say that each one I've given an intro, which probably isn't true, I'd say probably half, so let's say 3. Let's say I've given my intro at least 3 times a stream. That would mean between now and November, that would be, let's say, 7 months. So, let's say 30 days on average, times 3. Probably closer to like 630 times if you're here since November. But close. Close to 1,000, yeah. It's getting up there. Alright, sounds good, Frankie. Yeah, so if on average we did that every single stream, then 630 should be a rough estimation. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'd say you've been at least around for 600 intros. Hands are super cold and clammy. Get a blanket. And like I said, you can turn up the heat too if you want, Frankie. Rotten Fields again. Not thrilled about this, but we are on for the hunt. Let's try and find them early enough. Crows have not been disturbed, but I do see scratch marks going into the tile back here. Waiting, wearing a hoodie? Gotcha. Really go for the vault. He will, or was going to. He predicted that. Drop it. Perfect. Gotta love when he's hit Dwight so hard he DC'd. Oh, criminy. Gotta love it when you see it. That does put these other survivors into a bit of an awkward position, though. Let's just patrol our active gens. I mean, he did a really good fake at the beginning there. And I saw exactly where he's going. Hi, Megan. Oh, I was surprised he didn't double back, I'll be honest. You go in here, do you drop pallet? You do! Voting yes for Hatch because these poor guys had the DC, yeah. I always feel bad for those early game DCs. I don't feel bad for the person DCing, but I feel bad for the rest of the team. You hold W, don't you? You don't really flick all too much. Ooh, that was a close one there, Megan. Nicely done. Now, this pallet's already gone here, though this one's still up. I don't know why you'd go the short side of this pallet, because now you're going to get downed. Alright. And I guess I should pressure you off that. I was thinking about putting Meg in basement. Scratch marks here. Ash wanting to try and become a child of the corn. Yeah, the pallet. Will you drop it for me? Something you drop the pallet. How you do? Thank you. I appreciate it, Ash. I'll break that, and let's pick up some hatchets while we're here. I can take my time a little bit. Alright, we're in a, how should I say, a good position. Corporate Invention is off. Let's just kind of box them in here. Yeah, that's a bad place to loop against Huntress. Is from the Children of the Corn? He is. He's a child of the Corn. Now, I doubt I can get this, but I wonder if Yoon will go for that unhook. If this hits. If that hits. Actually, that was kind of close. It hit the tree right above them. I don't think it would have been on target necessarily, but not a bad aim, honestly. I feel bad for this Meg, but she's kind of out of position. She's not leaving scratch marks. Is that Babysitter? Is Babysitter the one where they don't leave scratch marks after an unhook? Or is she just walking? I wasn't sure. Sorry, Meg, I didn't find you. Which means I'm gonna go for you instead. Let's see, you're on an LT wall. Let's mind game the T wall real quick. You do not fall for it, so good job on your part. Looks like Ash is dead, and we threw that a little bit low. My bad. Otherwise, that would have been a hit for sure. There we go. Let's reload real quick while I run her DS. And then Yoon is the last one left. Now, she did not go for Ash. She went for Meg, but not for Ash. I don't know why. That's kind of unfortunate. No DS in hand. Meg will be on second hook, and Yoon has not been hooked yet, I don't think. No, I don't think so. Like GG next, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. By the way, Giraffe, if you could do me a favor, could you clip that that Dwight DC? It'll become part of the DC montage eventually. Oh. Alright, well, yeah, if you need to not do dishes, Frankie, that's okay. If you are getting the shakes. Like I said, if you haven't turned up the temp yet, please feel free to do so. If that does play a factor in it. Otherwise, it could just be, you know, you, unfortunately. There's Nurse's Calling. Let's kind of spook them. Sure they're light. Aww. I want to get that hit. No dice, though. Let's go for you. A little bit late on that. She made some good distance. Good dodge. Yeah, she's holding in place for a little bit and then moving. So, I have to play with survivors like this more often so I can know how to flick better. But we'll just chase for now until we're out of the corn. Can't, on mobile, can't type in PC. Alright, sounds good, no worries. What Olaf did to your laptop? Oh god, what did Olaf do? Did he just, like, button smash all of the keys? That wasn't a bad hit. Hello, Yoon. Probably weren't expecting me to throw a hatchet there, were you? Alright, question of the day. Does the Megan go for the unhook, or does she go for the hatch? Alright. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, I hit sticky keys, but then it went away, and now I'm just clicking when I try and type. Which means that you have to hold down the key to type. You should be able to go into the settings and disable sticky keys. If you pop up the Windows menu and type in sticky keys, it's going to take a while because of, well, sticky keys. You should be able to disable it then. Or go into accessibility features, which should be in the lock screen as well. If you do Windows L, that will lock the screen and should result in you being able to access accessibility features. Yeah, she's dodging relatively well. Alright, well, let's go for you. Let's see if you have DS. Because I didn't know how to fix it. I mean, that works too. Though it might not. It might have that function still on, unfortunately. Alright, now it truly is up to Megan. If she goes for this unhook, I will go for her next time. Did I hear Megan? I feel like I did. Yep, I did. Hi there, Megan, my girl. We'll play around Harvester. And are you going to vault to the left or to the right? To the right. And I'm stuck. That's unfortunate. Not that really made much of a difference. We're kind of just back on the chase, and Bloodlust will make up that difference. Let's down you. And what was the result of hook or hatch for Megan here? Does she receive mercy? Looks like hatch is a yes. Alright, sounds good. Let's explore for hatch while Serious Psycho is still on the hook. And see if we can find it in the meanwhile. Once Serious Psycho's dead, of course, then we'll drop her so she can go find it. Yeah, I think we're good to dribble her now. Alright. Well, Meg, you have received mercy. I mean, to be fair, I just realized that we've killed all of them on 5 gens. Yeah, once it gets to this time of night as well, we usually start seeing more rainbow ranks. Do you want to die? Go. Go find Hatch. But yeah, once it gets to like around 8 o'clock CST, we start seeing rainbow ranks as well, which becomes a bit of a problem due to the fact that, you know, their skill level doesn't always match up to mine. To be fair, I will give credit where credit's due to the Yoon. She was dodging pretty well. And Meg didn't do a bad job either. But that early DC by Dwight really hurt them. Meant that a lot of pressure is just gone. There we go, Megan. But GG, well played to these survivors. Sorry for the DC. Yeah. But with that being said, that does put Huntress back onto a 3-win streak. You want to play another match of the Tall Russian Lady? Or would you like to spin the wheel of Killer? Alright, looks like we are going to spin. And we have landed on the Hag. We're going to re-roll again. Wraith, re-roll. Freddy. Surprisingly enough, Freddy is not on a 10-win streak, so Freddy is the man. The DC was red ranks, yeah. I mean, to be fair, ranks don't mean anything, as we've seen with MMR. And of course, you guys can always re-roll Mr. Fredboy here, if you really do want to. We're getting closer and closer. Also, I just realized that the graphic says that Trapper's on a 7. Trapper is not on a 7. He's on a 0 with a best of 7. So let me fix that up real quick. Completely missed that one. Alright. Just generally expect a little bit more attempt at teamwork, I guess. You would hope so. Unfortunately, just ain't the case for the most part. Red ranks are just as bad as any other rank if the main objective of the survivor is for them to survive. If it is to get everyone to survive, that changes the entire game. Because you can, you know, body block, you can take chases, you can personally take aggro. As we saw there in that match a few times over, the Unhooker never took aggro. Instead, they left the unhooked in order to get chased. And so that's where MMR, if it is finally implemented, will make a huge difference in the long run, as it will hopefully pair people up who have more mechanical skill with killers like myself who have mechanical skill and play at a very high level. Now, do I think I play at as high of a level as, like, Dowsy, for example? Maybe not. Not on every killer. Definitely not on Twins. He is the Master Twins, after all. But at the same time, you know, when we were doing our Win Streak Wednesday of Wraith, and we were testing that MMR, we very quickly were able to analyze, okay, you know, this survivor has more game sense than the next, as we can see based on their movement, based on how they use pallets, based on how they don't use pallets, how they react to uncloaking on Wraith, so on and so forth. And so I really do hope that MMR goes through, because right now the ranking system's kind of just nonsensical. You've made a new best friend, I can tell. I've been seeing you and Yuno chatting up there in Discord. If you guys want to see, by the way, I saw that about how many servers you're on together. If you want to see how many servers you're actually on together, click on Yuno's profile if you don't have him added, and it'll tell you how many servers you have in common. You can actually go through all of them. Like if I were to click on someone who's on Otstarva's server, I'd be able to see that too. Also, thank you, Giraffe. Checked him, but I hadn't updated. Gotcha. We just checked them. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I saw that comment that you guys were like in 10 of the same servers, basically. And now the Guilty Ones is one of them, which is pretty cool. It was so funny. Well, I'm happy to hear that you've made some friends. That's one thing I love about streaming and having community. It brings people together. People that otherwise may have never have met. And always happy about that. Alright. Yes, I saw that. Thank you, Giraffe. I appreciate it. We're actually running short on clips for Cam for YouTube Shorts. He's gone through a lot of them. We were doing one daily, and it caught up to us quick. So we're now moving to Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays for clips instead. So more clips, the better. I mean, there's a lot of anime, and definitely a lot to talk about in that case. That is for sure. This community is super great, and agreed, you know, there is endless amount of stuff. Indeed, indeed. But I appreciate that, Carl. I'm very happy with how this community has grown over time. Alrighty, though. By the way, guys, as a slight reminder, we do have some sub goals for the month if you guys do want to try and reach them. I know we did for last month, hence why we're doing a cooking stream as well as a Jackbox stream. But I know our goal is 40 to start out with to try and get everything we need for our YouTube clips. For those who don't know and for those who are new, I hired an editor not too long ago. And so all of your subs and bits and tips all go to my editor fund, for lack of a better term. We're gonna chase you. You go into shack, you drop me pallet. You do not. That's a mid vault, resulting in a hit. That's a good early hit. That'll help me with my teleport. Now we need to hear them on this gen. Let's get that. Hi, there's Arena. Do you vault? We also see another one there. You do vault. Perfect. Quick little cheeky mind game. We did see Dwight over to the right. Now, where's Serena going? She goes through. I'm going to drop chase on her. Let's see. He doubles back. Good drop, Dwighty boy. Yeah, that's fair, Carl. That's fair. Alright, multiple people injured. We have our teleport up. We're in a pretty good position, all things considered. He could go for the vault. Do we have the distance for the swing? Close, no cigar. That's a life as well, and Ruin is gone. A little bit unfortunate, though that is an injured survivor, which is good news. Let's put a trap there. And hello, Dwight. Ruin being gone's a problem. Would have been better if we had it. She vaults out, it looks like. Yep, that's Nia. So we ideally drop it. That's an unsafe pallet, though. Ooh, did she just leave entirely? Yep, she did. Smart move. She saw that. I might end up mind gaming that. Oh, Nia. Right enough, too. I saw also another survivor to my left. Let's keep that in mind. Let's keep on looping her here and try and down her so we can get the pop in the garage. Perfect. Another Tinker proc, though. Not too far away. One person, 16 seconds. Two people, 8. Let's find out. Let's pressure you off of that gen through a fake teleport. There's Yui not paying attention, thanks to our Tinker proc. So now what we can do is we can down her. We can pop this gen. Leave her slugged. Do a fake teleport here, or still Insidious. Get her to vault out. And Dead Hard. No Dead Hard, attempt at 360 instead. So let's hook you now. And then we can pop... What gen do I want to pop? Do I want to pop middle gen? Yeah, I think we pop middle gen first. And then we come back to this gen. Based on the info that I'm seeing. Because she's healing right in front of it. So let's pop this. And we do see scratch marks again. There's Nia. And then there's Yoon. Let's go for Nia real quick. Test if you have DS. I would recommend maybe reaching out to Twitch support, potentially. I don't know what could be causing that. Let's hook you. And then let's pop... Nope, that gen's already regressing. Let's go to... Nope. Wrong gen. Unfortunately, I used my teleport, so I might not be able to get to this in time. It's gonna be close. Once again, 2 people, 8 seconds. 1 person, 16. Alright, let's pop. And we see Dwight going for the unhook as we speak. You might want to bop the hill gen. Though I hear them over here. Tinker in play. 2 people injured. Good attempt at a dead hard. Pop really putting in some work right now. Which is always good stuff. Let's hook you up. Let's pop this gen. And I see them in front of the garage. Or is it behind the garage? Hard to say. And they did get that gen after all. Yep. Yeah, so that was the gen that I never popped this entire time. Let's go for Zarina, who at the most will probably get a trade. Yeah, that's the most that she can really ask for here. So let's pick her up. Let's hook you. We get barbecue and chili info. And we see them on that gen in garage. Let's start a fake teleport. Kind of push them off the gen at the very least. And we see scratch marks going around. Now, scratch marks did not go out, so let's pop this. Put a snare there. The window's on the right side for me, which is great news. So let's go for Dwight. And we've taken pretty good control of the match. We got in how many pops of Tinker? 3, 4. Fake it out. Perfect. That is... I'm not sure if that's bounce landing or life, either ways. Doesn't matter. You're going down nonetheless, Dwighty boy. Let's pick you up. And... what gen was that on? He was on middle. Right. Let's stop their healing. Kind of fake that gen. Then pop here real quick. Wait, he's not here. What gen was he on? Was he on any gen? Oh, okay. Balance guys didn't seem to stun him too long? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. 3 out of 4 of the survivors are injured. Very possible that the unhooker was. She is not. Nicely done there, Nia. And let's go for her. Will she vault out? She does not. So she'll take a hit here. What's up, Carl? Out of curiosity. What tis the favor? Good dodge that first time. And let's see how you play this, Nia. Alright, pop is gone, so keep that in mind. I still have this pallet, which, as we know, is not that strong. Could you kick my other account from the Discord? Oh yeah, that should be fine. Drop it. Do not vault it. I am bloodlusted. And no exhaustion perk on you. Yes, let us know what the Discord name is, Carl, and we can do that. No problem. I think I would have to, though. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe Frankie can, too. I think Frankie's an admin, yeah. Alright, let's hook you. And I think it was this gen? No, it wasn't. I made a mistake. Unfortunate. So we'll lose this gen, then. Yeah, that's what happens when I'm not paying attention to which Tinker proc it is. But if everyone injured, honestly, I could care less here. Hello, Dwighty boy. Down you. And this gen is poppable. It is on 2 sills. And there we go. Let's get a barbecue and chili trigger, see where the survivors are. Well, I guess that's where one of them is. Looks like in the workshop. Need to make sure I'm actually teleporting to the right one, though. Ooh, both of them going off. Look at you, sneaky ones. Here, let's pop this real quick. And then we should have another 8 seconds to get this one. Interesting. They left early. Maybe they saw the gen in workshop being teleported to, and then left it pretty suddenly. a possibility for sure. Gen slow aggressing, should get it below 70%. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna fake teleport to that. Alright, let us walk over to Dwighty Boy and see if we can get a hit on the Unhooker, who looks to be Zarina, I want to say? Is that Zarina? There's Dwight. I hope that heal was worth it. And then that is Zarina indeed. Perfect. Let's put that there. And will you vault out? You do not. You will drop Paladin Step. I like it. And since you are awake, you did not get hit by the Dream Snare. Let's teleport to this. We get a pallet out of the way as well, which is quite nice. And both survivors down. I changed the temp and also grabbed a blanket to see if it helps. Sounds good, Frankie. Alright. Well, now we can pop that gen. And then hook up Dwight, who should be on his death hook. Ooh, looks like Dwight was able to get up in time. But he's kind of boxed in here. There's Zarina. And how you gonna play this, Zarina, eh? Alright, and looks like Hatch is a no after all, so that works out pretty well for me. Let's put you back in the basement and hope that Dwight doesn't have Unbreakable. That would be a wee bit unfortunate. But that there should result in a win for Mr. Freddy Krueger. The Nightmare himself. Sorry, Dwight, but with that being said, that will result in your death. The guilty ones have spoken and they seek your demise. Is that a 2-win streak or a 1-win streak on Freddy 9? I want to say 2-win streak. I'm fairly certain of that fact. But GG, well played to these survivors. We want blood? Yeah, you guys do. You're pretty hungry for blood, to say the least. Alright, Fred boy. And that puts you back onto a 2-win streak. Do you guys want to spin the Wheel of Killer or play another match of Mr. Freddy Krueger, the Nightmare himself? I heard blood. I must do my chant. What? Blood for the blood god? Unless we get a spin of the wheel, we'll ready up with Mr. Freddy. Let's see, who's our closest to 10 right now? Still Spirit at 4, from the looks of things. And then everyone else is at like 1, 2, Hunter's at 3. Sings in Russian while painting self with red paint. Alright, we'll ready up again. Blood for the entity, indeed. I mean, the entity basically is the blood god in this case. You're not wrong. Alright, Mr. Freddy Krueger. Carl has been summoned, indeed, indeed. And it looks like Draft says, no more Freddy, no thank you, please spare the survivors. They will receive good dreams going forward, and instead, we are going to spin the wheel, and we will land on Mr. Grimes, the Blight. We play Mr. Grimes, that'll be for a 2-win streak, unless you guys do want to reroll for someone else who is not on 10 as of this moment. Tis up to you, and looks like we will reroll, no more Grimes. And instead, we got the Deathslinger, the rootin' tootin' shootin' cowboy himself. This here's for our 2nd win streak in a row. And let me put back Custom Made Custer again. I do like that customization right there. Custom Made Custer plus self-proclaimed deputy. The Spirit of Belfast also looks pretty freaking good, not gonna lie. And I am thinking about something here. I'm wondering about taking off Corrupt Intervention on him, potentially, and putting back on Save the Best for Last. it doesn't necessarily help entirely. It's kind of like Clown in a way, where say those flats can be really good as long as we're not hitting our obsession. The moment that we start hitting our obsession, we're kind of in a bad spot. Now, we can always do certain things to avoid it. So I'm going to say, since we're on a lower streak, I'm going to take out Corrupt for save and see how this works. Monitoring Abuse, I still think, is one of the better perks on him, just because it does mean that his terror radius is smaller than his range with his spear gun. While Save could potentially end up with some really, really cheeky plays if an instances of ours are not respecting the possibility. We do see 2 medkits and 1 toolbox, and then a flashlight on Zephelix. Alright, alright. Very possibly a 4-man Swift, maybe? Hard to say for certain. But when you see a full team with all tools, it does get you thinking. I will say that much. But looks like Kate has an empty hand. Decided not to bring a tool. So we have 2 medkits, 1 toolbox. The only thing I'm really worried about, of course, is that toolbox. That's where a Corrupted Invention does come into play, I will say. To where you're able to get a lot of benefit out of it. But we got a ton of blood point offerings here between the Ghastly Gato and the Bloody Pyro Streamers, so I'm not going to complain of that. Based on the fact that we see both of those, it does seem to solidify in my mind that at least 2 of them are playing together. We do find a lot of Swifts, obviously, who are like, okay, if I put on Bloody Pyro Streamers, will you put on Bloody Pyro Streamers, or the Ghastly or Gruesome Gato? So I'd be willing to bet at least a 2, if not 4-man Swift. More likely than not. But let's see what map we end up on, shall we? Alright, alright. And this is going to be probably one of our last 3 or 4 matches. Depends on our queue times. Right now it's 8:09, so I'll probably get 3 more matches in, I'd say. That seems reasonable. Unless we do get 5 more subs. Of course, 5 subs does extend a stream by 1 hour, so do keep that in mind. And that extension cannot take place on weekends, since we do have Champions of the Fog now. So, something else to keep in mind as well. With that being said, this load time's taking a wee bit of time. And we are on Family Residence. Some low tiles. That's good news. A bit of a larger-ish map, and not horrible totem spawns, depending. So let's go over to Shack. See if they're over here. And it's not looking like it yet. Anyone back in this corner? Crows have not been disturbed. So, looks like they may have spawned over towards the actual residence itself. Which would make a wee bit of sense. Crow's not been disturbed on the left, at least not in the last 20 seconds. Let's check this gen. Hello there, Kate. Unfortunately, you are our obsession. Good dodge, I will say. Didn't result in anything in the long run, but not bad nonetheless. She'll double back. Bit of a late shot there. And that's 1 gen finished already. That would tell me probably tripled up on a gen, if not a brand new parts. Maybe that's why Kate wasn't with them, potentially. Good dead hard. Won't mean much since he had it all. But more likely than not, they tripled up on a gen or had a brand new parts in hand. That'd be my guesstimation based on that info. I hear them on this gen and see them going to the left. Meg here trying desperately to utilize urban evasion to her advantage. Doesn't go well though. Alright, she's now in the tile next to the Kate, which is a bad spot to be. If I'm being completely honest. I could have probably taken a shot there. Doing good. Dead hard. I don't know where she went. But we got the spear gun nonetheless, so let's grab our second stack of save. And let's hook her up. A second gen just popped off too. So maybe it was 2 people on gens? That's odd. Alright, let's double back to the hook, as I imagine they're setting up for that. And not sure if that skill check misses on heals or what. But I should probably patrol gens. I don't know if maybe it's Pebble or an AFK, potentially. Doesn't seem like it'd be AFK. Unless maybe they're just vaulting everything that they go past. There's Megan. Too many for Pebble? Yeah, true. A little bit early on the shot. Unfortunate. And let's see what she does here. She vaults out in the maze tile. And let's continue to chase. Perfect. Have to be in the terror radius for it to activate Pebble. Gotcha. I actually did not know that. Alright, there's the vault again. Let's mind game her. Oh, I appreciate that. Now I was just gonna try and shoot you through the window, but that works too. I heard a second sound of labored breathing. So that would suggest to me a survivor's here lining up for the unhook. That crow going off too would make sense, though when we shoot our spear gun, it does result in scaring off the crows within a certain terror radius, or certain radius rather. Survivor was here. Alright, I don't want to hit you, but it makes more sense for me to do so here. Good dead hard. Yeah, unfortunately this will lose us all of our stacks of save. And they're doing gens relatively well, I will say. Yeah, try to get that a bit early. Didn't work out too well. Yeah, try to get around the corner. Didn't work out as well as I hoped. She vaults. A little bit of a mind game there, but I don't know if it worked out too well for me. Yeah, it didn't. They're still making noise for some reason. Yeah, this pallet's not great for me, so let's break it. I need to leave this. Ruin's still up, but it's not doing much work because they're spreading gen pressure. Looks like they're on this gen. 2 people on it. I'd imagine Prove Thyself is in play right now. More likely than not. Let's go for Death Kitten. And let's see here. I feel like I lost the trail. Maybe the other Meg's on here. Yep, that would be correct. Scratch marks out. A little bit late on the shot. And she's trying to draw me away from the gen again. Would make sense. Maybe allow for the other Meg to jump on it. Yep, she's flashlighting, so he wants attention. Other Meg is healed in meanwhile. Tried to line that up above the rock. Worked out in my favor. This tile's pallet's already gone. Let's box her out of the vault then. And I don't know how he missed that one. I feel like that was lined up. Apparently not, though. She'll go for the vault. Or not. Maybe she assumed that I would shoot for it. Good dead hard. They know what they're doing with their dead hards. This tells me that it's a, group of smart survivors. So honestly, yeah, this game's over. This team knew what they're doing. They know how to counter Deathslinger relatively well with dead hard. And it's making for a very difficult game. I think Corrupt Intervention would have probably benefited me here. That's where having save over Corrupt is kind of a rough choice. Because realistically speaking, though it could prove beneficial, it isn't always. Nope, you're not gonna be able to save her in time, so we'll get her hit. We can reel in faster than you can get over here. 5 stacks of save is pretty good for us. We haven't seen a key yet, so I'm not sure if we have to worry about that just yet. Get her hit. She might go for the execute, potentially. He doubles back. Or not. Nice dodge. She'd be smart to leave. Now where's the other Meg, the slug? Probably over here, since everyone keeps on doubling up on it. Let's go for Feng Min. Don't feel like I've seen her the entire match. So I don't know what her exhaustion perk is. Probably another Dead Hard, honestly. Based on the way this has been playing out. Does she have this Exegate 99? She does. And that's going to be the game there. I bet you Meg, if she is smart, is already crawled out, basically. And she's already in the Exegate. More likely than not. Let's see. Yep, there's Meg, and there they go. Nice job. I mean, they played a really good game. They split on gen pressure. They're doubling up on gens. I imagine to prove thyself, brand new parts was in play. Dead hearts galore. So GG, well played. They played a very good match. Let's see. No brand new part. Let's see. Dead hard, Lithe. And Iron Will. Stakeout, that's always interesting to see. Now, I'm surprised that the empty hand was the one with the Praise on Plunder's Instinct, but no proof, yeah. They were just really focused in on gens. Resilience may have played a factor here. Overall, yeah. But GG's. Yeah, so I think in that case, that test showed us that maybe save is not a good replacement in all cases. I think if you know the map, that would make sense. Monster Abuse is really good on him, but outside of the Terror Radius value, you don't get much else. So I don't know. It's hard to say whether or not Monitor would be better or Save is better. You can work around Save a little bit by shooting the Obsession and having the chain break. That way you only lose 2 stacks. So it's not the end of the world when that happens. But we also saw there that Ruin didn't do much. So maybe we could replace Ruin with Save and keep Pop. Interesting questions here. Very interesting questions. Let's test without Ruin and have Save instead. Since we currently are on a 0 win streak, so testing out things doesn't really hurt us all too much. But yeah, they were very efficient on gens. They, you know, made sure to have longer chases. Since it was Deathslinger, those with Dead Hard were really on point with their Dead Hards. Overall, just a really good match and very well coordinated team. It was very evident that they were on comms based on the behavior for sure. But with that being said, let's ready on up and see if this is the right decision to run Pop without Ruin. I think it's very circumstantial, right? Whether or not survivors are a bit more skittish. Alright, looks like people are dodging lobby. Don't know why. And this is going to be... No, we'll probably have at least one more game after this, I would say. So save Monitor Pop, or do we just want to keep Ruin? Because Ruin was up that entire time but got no value on those larger maps where Deathslinger is harder to play on. He's a 110 killer after all, so that the hardest part for him is mobility. Hence why Save is nice, because then you can make up that distance as long as you have stacks of Save. Interesting decisions. Very interesting decisions. Yeah. Save makes sense on him. Obviously not as much of a staple as, like, on Demo, for example. I'm trying to think if there's any other perks that would work out well. Obviously there's, like, Starstruck, which isn't bad. It's good to shorten chases as long as you have their as long as they're in your tear radius, but 24 meters isn't great, so unless you're using agitation to move it up to, was it 36 meters? I don't know if that's worth it. Shiny coin. That would suggest a Plunder's Instinct and or Appraisal. Possibly an Ace in the Hole and Pharmacy as well. So maybe they're doing the chest challenge. Which means we might have to look out for keys then. We also saw a map 2, which would sound about right. But no hatch offering, so they don't really know where they're heading to. Alright, alright. So just remember that there's no passive gen regression, meaning that as soon as we get pop in hand, we'll have to roam around. Had to fold your laundry? All good, Carl, all good. Always good to get some chores done, especially if the laundry's on your bed. But welcome back. And let's see what map we are on now with the Deathslinger. Ideally a small to medium-sized map and not as large as Family Residence. To be fair, Family Residence is not horribly large. Am I psychic? No, I just have Discord in the top left-hand corner of my screen. So I was able to see notifications, and once in a while I'll read that. Who just moved it from chair to bed, back for days? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, that would explain it. That would explain it. Should have played it off as if I was psychic. Oh, criminy. Well, with that being said, let's see if maybe the NCT will get us into a match. Otherwise, load times will just, you know, being load times, taking their sweet old time. Which really sucks. I wish that load times would be a bit shorter, but I get a feeling that won't be the case for won't be the case anytime soon, especially the new update. Probably be even longer, honestly. I was never allowed to do the chair move thing as a kid, and I do my laundry and immediately fold, hang it up. Yeah, honestly, that's the smarter play. In all reality, you save time doing that. All right, we see a survivor there. Let's see if they go left or right. Ah, Yui, you're a non-obsession, which is excellent. Once again, remember that ruin is not a thing. She'll go to the left, back to the right. She's trying to dodge my shot, potentially. Alright, perfect. Let's hit you, and then get pop in hand. It's possible that they might go back to that gen, and I bet you by the time we get back there, if that is the case, they'll be on 2 still. Let me check this gen real quick. They were over here. Keywords, of course. Probably setting up for the unhook as we speak. Let's cross through here to the gen in the back. We first found them. And at this point, let's pressure the unhook. Where are you at? You saw the scratch marks. Maybe they doubled back? Crap. I might run out of pop before I can get here. Once again, scratch marks lead towards the hook. I see the unhook now. Let's keep in mind that David is the obsession. Let's go for Lori. At 3 stacks. Close. I had the right directionality for the shot, just obviously I had an object in the way. Let's show red light that way. She does not fall for the mind game, holds corner instead. And tracking was good, but didn't work out in my favor. She vaults the LT wall. Will she vault the L as well? She does. And I hear a gen to my left being worked on. She drops early. So red light to the left. Try and push around here. Get her back into that corner. I heard her. There she is. I know I heard the footsteps for a second there. I want to say she has life, so let's down her. Get a pop in hand. I know of at least 3 gens that are being worked on. One's in the middle, one's on the far side, one back here. Once again, the lack of passive gen regression is kind of rough. Because it would help out a lot, to say the least. Stacks of save, you need to respect that. Let's see if you drop. Get a cheeky shot right there. So let's hit you down, and then we'll pop, and then go back for that. Yeah, I saw what direction he's going in, figured that I'd try and attempt for this. If he stuck to the pallet a little bit too well, then I probably would have left chase and popped instead. Sometimes I try and extend that timer as much as possible. Yui here, that's another non-obsession. Let's go after her. Where'd she go? Went right past me. He went towards the hook, but then opted not to go for it for obvious reason. Perfect. I can get to her. 7 stacks, let's reload. And 8 stacks now. Yeah, see, this for save the best for last really makes a difference, honestly. You just shorten these chases so much, so maybe pop is the right option. The biggest thing is that we have to really ensure that we're making every single use of it if possible. Let's reload. And go back for this gen, as we do see crows coming back in 20 seconds, suggesting that they are back on this. That would be a yes. And let's follow the blood. That is more likely than not tap. It is indeed, and there's David as well. We're not going to go for David. He's our obsession after all. Make sure that I get the hit. And we're not even going to try and hit David here. If I had my spirit gun up still, then maybe I might take the shot. But better for me to just let him go for right now. Keep my stacks at 8. Interesting, David. I don't know what that's all about. Not sure if maybe you had breakout. Yeah, try to get the shot through the window. You can make it work, it's just difficult to try and line it up right. I can sit here all day, David boy. Tap on my hand, not so much. Alright, what we're gonna do is gonna let it break. That way we don't lose 4 stacks, we can lose 2 instead. And let's give chase now. Oh, David boy, there's Lori. Much better chase than David. For obvious reasons. Let's swing around. We didn't get it necessarily, but don't need to worry about it. At the very least, we stopped her life. So she didn't really get much distance there. Let's hook her here. And is that David or Yui who went for that? 'Tis the question. There's tap. Perfect. Yeah, these guys, you know, very much do not know how to play around Deathslinger, unlike the last team. Last team was very, very aggressive around the spear gun. These guys are holding W, allow me to lead my shots. Alright. And I think the 2 non-obsessions are currently on death hook as we speak, due to the fact David has never been hooked. Unless, was he the first hook? He may have been. That makes sense, potentially. Alright, let's go for barn. See if this is a pop target. It is. Lori's here as well. She just touched the gen, which means she doesn't have DS. We'll get her hit. Let's pop the gen, and then hook her. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're dead on hook here. All that is left is the David and the Yui. Check that gen, nothing yet. Now, there was one other person there, I want to say. I think it may have been David. Let's go exploring with pop in hand and try and find a poppable gen. Let's see. No one there. At least, well, there was someone there. How recent is the question? This gen is being worked on as we speak. That is David. So, perfect place for me to shoot him. Let's break this. And try and keep him in that corner. Alright, he went to the right. So let's pop this. Oh wait, that wasn't a pop, was it? I already ran out. Whoopsie. Well, we'll chase him now, and when we do hit him down, that'll only be 2 stacks of save that we lose. Which is ideal for me. That also means that he needs to spend time mending even if we did drop him. That's 8 seconds at max, 4 seconds minimum, that he loses out doing other things. Alright, well now it's up to you, guilty ones. If we do find the Yui, or she goes for the unhook, it would result in a situation to where one of them will get the hook or the hatch. And welcome back, Zach. How goes it, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well. Alright. You done with exams? Hey, congratulations! Well, I hope that they went well. And let's see. Where is Yui and David going? Are they healing underhook? They are not. Imagine they would go to the left. Potentially, they do. See scratch marks, no blood, suggesting that's the Yui I'm chasing. It is indeed. And let's see, she's in this back corner. Yui. Where'd you go? Now she was here, and now she isn't. Could check lockers. There was a noise notification. Ah, she was in a locker. I was right. Sneaky little W. Should I go back to the pallet? Nope. Let's reload. And we should have enough time to make this work. I was hopeful that I might be able to swing into that. I swung a little bit late, though. Well, at least she has to mend now if I do lose her. I mean, she can't exactly be on gens without wanting to get downed. Let's reload. And she drops that pallet. I mean, that's a good pallet to gain distance. Means I have to go a little bit further out. But she's kind of put herself into a corner now. Hi there, Yui. Are you attempting for corner tech, maybe? Alright, and David does not receive the hatch after all. Well, let's go searching for it. Has not spawned yet, so I might as well stay where I am. And see if it spawns right here. Break some pallets and doors for extra blood points. Alright, doesn't appear to be in the barn. So let's start rotating out. Looks like David was over here. Almost finished out that gen. If he would have gotten that, then would have gotten a head start on the hatch. Looks like he actually is over this way, based on the fact that we do see a crow come back from 20 seconds. Yeah, we're kind of chasing him right now, which is not what I want to be doing, because that means that where he's already explored, we're catching up after. Alright. How is he that far ahead of me? Freaking like a bat out of hell he is. These crows have not been disturbed, meaning that he may have sat still for a bit there. And now we need to check middle. There it is. Alright. Well, last time we saw crows get disturbed was over on this exit, so let's check this real quick. Nothing over here. Unfortunately, these exit gates are pretty far away, so if I guess wrong and he's on that one behind me, then that will result in a scenario where he will get out. And not there. Let's head back over here. I don't see a red light yet, though. I will mention that. I'm not sure if I can really see it all too well. I can kind of see that one from afar. This one, the corn is kind of blocking it. There's David. That's 3, and he respected the distance I can shoot, which is a smart move. He could have effed that one up for sure. So now all we need to do is hit him. We'll lose us 2 stacks of save. And I think the game is pretty much over. What's the game plan here, David? There is none. Could have outplayed. Could have got outplayed. Yeah. I mean, I think the best thing for him to do in that situation would have been to just hold, you know, that exit gate, take the initial hit, and try and momentum back and get out that way. Because, you know, he kind of boxed himself out there in the end. So that was a close one. That was a close one. But that there does put the Deathslinger back onto a 1-win streak. I don't think I've ever seen his exhaustion perk, I'll be honest with you. So I don't know. You would think so since it is a David, but one never knows for certain. But GG, well played to these survivors. Alright. So who was David? I'm curious on this. David was Ultra. Ultra did not have Dead Hard, had Lithe instead. Fair enough. Maybe he's trying to go for a Lithe play. You know, take a hit or, you know, put down a pallet. Take a hit and vault. Maybe that would work. But we are going to spin the Wheel of Killer after I update the win streak on the Deathslinger. Already did that. Perfect. And we are going to spin and land on the Demogorgon. Alright, have a good night, Carl. I hope to see you soon, and we'll see you later, my friend. Alright, Demo currently is on a 2-win streak, so let's play some Demo Boy and see what we can do. Yeah, still not sold on not having Ruin. A lot of those gens that that were pushing people off were not regressing because Ruin was not in play. Of course, Pop is really good. And Save the Best for Last is also really good, so maybe, I don't know. It's so hard with Deathslinger to say whether or not Save the Best for Last is better than, whatchamacallit, Munch and Abuse. Like, save on Demo just makes way too much sense. Head off to bed, get some snacks, and then watch a stream on my iPad. I'll be 10 minutes tops. Alright, sounds good. Keep in mind that after this match, we are ending the stream, so I'll be able to catch the tail end of this one. But let's switch over to the main screen and see what map we end up on. Alright, sounds good, Zach. Alright. And we also have another 1,000,000 blood points to give to Trickster as well as Trapper to get their ideal builds finished up. Still not sure what I want to use on Trickster, if I want to use Ruin. I feel like Trickster starts from the same issue that Deathslinger can with Ruin, that sometimes it just doesn't get any value, because obviously you're a 110 killer with a small tear radius, so you're not really pushing people off of gens very often. You see 2 medkits, 2 toolboxes. That's a little bit scary. Obviously the medkits I don't care about as much. This means if I'm in chase with one of them, I want to down them so they get value. But the 2 toolboxes make it difficult. Alright. So just waiting on the Ace and the Stevie Boy Wonder. Let's see if maybe they do a last-minute swap off to a key or something, potentially. Don't know why they wouldn't ready up otherwise. Nope, no last-minute swaps, so yeah. Alright, we just need to be wary of those toolboxes. If they have brand new parts, it's going to be a bit of a rough match for sure. I mean, honestly, just toolboxes in general, I think that shortens the time on those gens. It's rough. Personal luck, more blood points, and more personal luck. Or actually, that's luck for all survivors versus Chalk Pouch. Huh. Don't see those too often. I mean, those benefit with, like, trying to get off a hook with Slippery Meat, maybe? So maybe this is a Slippery Meat crew, potentially? Never know. Outside of unhooking yourself and Cobean, what else does luck influence? I don't think it influences the rarity of items and chests, I'm pretty sure. So, trying to think of what else. I think it's just for the Kobe, right? Yeah, it doesn't influence the rarity of items, nor the add-ons. Just bear traps in the Kobe. Fair enough. So I guess if you know you're going against a Trapper, put as many luck add-ons on. Or items on, offerings on. Jesus. I know what they are. Alright. Well, let's see what map we are on for the last match of the day. But how you doing, Shelby? Hopefully doing well. Are you feeling any better by chance? Suffocation pit. Alright, let's put a portal here to start off. Take a look back here, as they'll sometimes spawn back here with me, and in fact, they do. Perfect. Let's break this. And he goes out in this direction. Back around, he does have a pallet. He vaults in, that's fine. You're on the second account. Hey, what's up? How you doing, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well. What have you been up to today? Alright, we're finally in chase, which means that's going to be number 1 on the window. You can do this 2.5 times before taking a hit. But now he's going to go a different direction, try and get to this pallet. I don't know if that'll work out the way he hopes. Perfect. Get our stack of save, and let's push him off this direction. I can't really watch screens. My head still feels like someone's hitting it consistently with a hammer. Audio isn't as bad now, though, which is an improvement. That is an improvement at the very least. Improvements are better than nothing. Let's shred. And let's continue chase. Alright, we're gonna fall off for a second here. Hello, Jane. Ruins now in play. Problem is that Lori or Jane will go for that jet again. Possibly even Steve. I think not Jane. That's Lord Racine. There's Lori and Steve, in fact. And we're getting a ton of pressure here early on. Might as well go for Steve now. Let that regress in the meanwhile. And there goes Ruin. Now that's unfortunate stuff. That was Ace who got that one. In that case, let's hook Lori and pop the gen. Let's go this way. Pressure Stevie Boy Wonder. Oh, you don't want to do that, Steve. You don't want to do that. Not while injured at the very least. Alright, let's pop Jen, and then we'll go pick up Steve. Alright. Jane is full healed. Let's go for the hook here on logs. Yo, what's up, Trix? Out goes it. There's the unhook on Lori. I see Jane, probably trying to go for the gen tap. There wasn't as much regression. Not gonna work out in your favor, though. Go into the T-well, let's mind you back into the L. Looks like she just left tile. She didn't even bother mind gaming. Well, that's rude. Didn't want to dance with Demo. Now let's get you to the T. She did not go for it. And down she goes. Perfect. Let's hook her back up. And then go back to Hill Gen. As I imagine they're on it. They are indeed. They have gotten 1 gen though, and that is back in the mining area. Now they definitely were back here. Actually, what gen was that they got? I don't even know. Oh, is this one back here? Gotcha, we had a 4 gen back here that I wasn't aware of. Gotcha. Let's check gens. I saw someone going from right to left. Hello there, Ace, my boy. Let's shred you since you're in my obsession. And you may have just killed yourself. Close. You'll have to drop that. Not gonna get any flashlights over that pallet, that's for sure. Now, you can loop this 2.5 times before taking another hit, potentially. Yep, we'll shred this. And you kind of put yourself into a dead zone now unless you have a bounced landing off this hill. Just a possibility, mind you. Went over him. That's unfortunate. Perfect. Alright. Well, let's hook you back here. And then we might need to go to the other side again for the pop, potentially. Unfortunately, I don't have a portal that way. If I did, that'd make my life a lot easier. I should probably put one down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I see Lori there. I'm going to ignore her for now. Want to pressure the gens first off and foremost. And let's put a portal right up here for safekeeping, in case we need to move around later. Saw the medkit back there on the long side. She's holding corner, and that is the Jane, who is on death hook, mind you. Good attempt at dodge. Didn't end the way you wanted it to, though, Jane. You'll have to drop that. Shred it. Then move to the left. Chin on the right has been worked on ever so slightly. And I think this pallet's already gone. Nope. I was wrong. Let's show our red light. Take back and shred. And let's see. She's going back in this direction, which is fine by me. These are the gens that I want to hold on to at this point in time. Jungle gyms galore. You good fake. I was gonna say don't make that, but she faked it out. So smart on her. We don't know what exhaustion perk you have. Maybe head on. Good attempt, Ace. Still not a moth, though. Not a moth, my friend. Nope. Still not a moth. Yeah, I'd assume tired or overheating. I know that when my internal body temp goes up too quickly, I start to feel itchy in that way. So that could be the possibility there. Well, let's manually regress this real quick. Portal here. Let's go to the gen across the way. Yep, they are on that gen. There's Stevie Boy Wonder and Lori. Good, good, good. Let's see here. He has the pallet, but that's about it. And with Save the Best for Last at 8, we're going to save a lot of time here. Ooh, good job not vaulting. That showed some degree of restraint. And let's pick you up, put you on a hook, and go back to that hill gen, as I would assume them being back on it. And maybe not. They got rid of my portal there instead. Yeah, you know what? I'm on 6. I can hit you freely. You want to vault in, Ace? Be my guest. You vault out. You dead hard. Okay, let's pick you up, put you in basement then. I might lose another 2 stacks of save, but hey, I don't care too much. And with that being said, we can go back to where Lori probably is. And portal over there. Lucky hit? I mean, I think it's just a mistake on his part for dead harding into me. Because during the dead hard, though, you can vacuum yourself back to the pallet. It's a risky, risky thing. Let's pop that gen. You got the hook on Ace. That's fine. Now, Lori was back here, so I want to explore this gen. Yeah, he wasn't close enough for the dead hard, though, I don't think. Yeah. Perfect move? What do you mean? Oh, yes, perfect move. Dead hard into the killer. Sounds like a perfect idea. Alright, let's see what you got here, Lori. Looks like a whole lot of nothing. Surprised you even try and go for the pallet. Let's hook you and pop gen. And everyone's on death hook at this point in time. Well, let's put a portal here and portal back. Let's see, scratch marks. Oh, right here. Hello? No? I could have sworn I saw someone there. Maybe it was the pallet that I saw out of the corner of my eye. That's unfortunate, but we do see Steve out here heading towards the Lori's unhooked, so let's pressure him then. As no real gens have gotten much work. He stops mid-run. Good attempt at quarter tech there, Steve. I'll give you credit where it's due. You won't make that if you go for it. At least respected that fact. He dead-hearted to the pallet but wasn't close enough? Yeah, that's what I think too, realistically speaking. Yeah, demo can be very strong if you play him correctly, but it's hard to do so. They're back on the gen. Yep, they 2-manned it. Makes sense. And actually, they may have not 2-manned it. One of them might have Prove Thyself, so the person of Prove may have been the one on the off the gen on the portal instead, potentially. Just based on what info we saw there. Because that was a really quick finish. Alright, close down you. You're dead. Don't hear any progress on this gen. And let's put a portal here for safekeeping. And then let's portal back here to see what gens they might be on. Up there. Hello, Ace. How goes it? Now you can get that gen. And you do know where a hatch is, too. Just pop it. And you kind of put yourself in a bad position here. Wow, did I get hit there? That's so strange. He has Iron Will. I don't hear him at all. And what's the next move? You used your Dead Hard. You don't exactly have much going for you now. Hey, what's up, Barry? GG's, my friend. GG's. I appreciate you stopping by saying hi. Good game to end the stream on? Yeah, no doubt about that. And looks like we are hooking the lorry. Sounds good. In that case, this is a perfect spot to hook Ace then. As we do have the hatch right underneath of us. And trying to think, have I really paid attention to where exit gates are this entire time? I think there's one there. And which means there's probably one on the other side of Suffocation Pit. No. I could have sworn that was a wall there. Fair play. Let's teleport back. Have a good one, Barry. Would love to have you as part of the Guilty ones, but if not, I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. We see red light right there. It was almost difficult to see. Now, she needs to respect save. Oh, wait, that was not a red light. Must have been the pallet I saw. Oh, shoot. Well, that's my bad. She's already on the exit gate. But GG, well played to these survivors. I could have sworn that I saw a red light on that exit gate, but I must have saw like a piece of the pallet and thought it was the red light. Unfortunate. But GG's nonetheless. And with that being said, that does put Mr. Demoboy onto a 3-win streak. Not too shabby, not a bad way to end today's stream. Alright, well with that being said, guys, we are going to end the stream there. I definitely saw some red too, but what I think it might be is like the palettes are kind of multicolored. So my thought would be that maybe I saw like the red part of the palette potentially. But we're going to go raid another member of Children of the Fog, and so we're going to go raid Fire Gems, who is also a co-host of mine over on Champions of the Fog as well. With that being said, guys, as always, if you did enjoy the show, make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, though, check out Actual Life Campaign. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow at 1 p.m. CST. Bye-bye!